You know some real bad games, and you need some discipline, but lately, you've been trying really hard and giving me your best, and you give me the most gorgeous stream that I've ever had, and when it's really bad, I guess it's not that bad. Hello, Johnny. Hello, Charky.
Hey, Cass.
Hello there.
Welcome, one and all.
Forgot how bad this MIDI sounds, and I just heard it a few minutes ago.
Well, that's what the Bad Game Hall of Fame is all about. Bad games, bad middies. Welcome to the first stream of 2025. Welcome to Malice. This is a patron-voted playthrough of a PlayStation 2 and Xbox title, initially released April 30th, 2004, as well as June 2nd, 2004, depending on whether you lived in Europe or North America. Developed by one Argonaut Games, a studio with a lot of history. Let's say that. And let's just say that I wrote a lot of history as we get into the history segment, starting a bit. So sorry. And of course, published by, you know them, you love them, Mud Duck Productions and Evolved Games in the EU. This is, again, I mentioned, a patron-voted playthrough. We had a poll up for mascot platformers with Tude, and this won, and it certainly qualifies and has a rich history behind it. This is a game I had not heard of. I'm sure I had seen the cover, heard the title, but never really gave much thought to. But doing the research for this one, this is one that needs to be known about. This is a story that has to be told, and no better place for it than the Bad Game Hall of Fame, if I do say so myself. What is all y'all's familiarity with Malice?
Saw it in magazines. That was it.
I found it when doing research for edgy platformers on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
So I had not heard of it before like a month ago.
This is a fascinating case. Most people we've talked to, people in chat, people in the Discord server, aside from the people who voted on it, I assume, claim to have never heard of this game before. But this was a game that had huge expectations attached to it from a studio that really is like quite something in the industry, that had a reputation at a point in time for being like some of the most cutting edge developers in terms of like pushing technology forward. This game had
Star
hype.
Fox folk, aren't they?
They are, among other things. But again, we'll get into that in the history section. But before we get to the history section, we gotta kick off 2025 right with Charky's inaugural Stream Snack of the Year.
Alright, tonight's stream snack is Pagoda Pork Egg Rolls. Crispy wrapper packed with pork, freshly cut cabbage, carrots, celery, and onions. Now, I gotta be real careful with Chinese food and Japanese food, and all foods, really. But especially those two, because I have a very, very bad, will kill me, shellfish allergy. But I checked the back of the thing, I checked the allergens on there. Nothing about shellfish or any sort of fish. So hopefully I don't die. At worst, I think if this were contaminated tonight, I would get puffy lips. But let's give this pork egg roll a try.
Get us worried at the top of the show. By the way, a special thanks to Louise PSC, who is here in chat tonight, who began the arduous task of compiling a proper database of stream snacks that you have had on the show.
Yes, and thank you very much. And this pork egg roll, pretty good. Maybe because some sweet and sour sauce. I do have some. I don't want to get it on my bed. And tonight's drink is C4 Performance Energy Original Skittles. Now, Skittles are multiple flavors, right?
They all taste the same to me. They just taste like pure sugar. It's like people say that M&Ms have different flavor profiles. No, it's just...
No, M&Ms don't.
M&Ms don't. Skittles do.
Unless you're buying the ones that are supposed to be different flavors.
I mean, you'll find people online argue that Skittles don't have different flavors to them. They'll say like, "Oh, if you pinch your nose and taste them, you can't taste the difference between them." Like, of course you can't taste the difference if you pinch your nose. Your smell is flavor.
That's how taste works.
But anyway, so we'll see what flavor this has. This is, I think, the most caffeinated energy drink I have. Actually, no, it isn't. This is only 200 milligrams. I thought there was more. But anyway, let's give it a try.
Once you finish that sip, tell us how many energy drinks you've had today.
This is my first one.
Your first one?
Yeah. I asked me how many Adderall I had today. Anyway. It tastes like apple juice. Is apple a Skittle flavor?
Well, there's green ones, right?
I thought those were lime. But this tastes like, I mean, I'll take it. I like apple juice. I guess this is highly caffeinated apple juice. Apple and pork, good mix.
That works, yeah.
But yeah,
perfect.
Y'all having anything?
Just drinking my Monster.
I just have fruit.
Apples,
Skip the
Skittles,
middleman,
right?
just go straight to the fruit. Yeah.
I think that'll do it for the stream snack then.
I think that will do it for our first stream snack of 2025. In our first stream of 2025. Here's looking forward to another year of this goofy shit, of this goofy ass show we put on. Started off strong with a prolonged history section that's sure to alienate most folk on YouTube, probably even on Twitch, but hey, I like doing them. And let's kick it off. First, Argonaut Games, their logo pictured here. Founded as Argonaut Software by a teenage Jez San in 1982. That's Jez space S-A-N. Operating out of London, England for the duration of the company. The company name is a play on the founder's name, Jay San. Sounds a little bit like Jason, doesn't it? And the mythological story of Jason and the Argonauts. Their first titles include 1984's Skyline Attack for the Commodore 64, 1986's Star Glider, and 1988's Star Glider 2 for the Atari ST and Amiga. All three of these debut games featured starship combat, with the Star Glider series in particular leveraging impressive 3D in a simulator style, you know, like your Elites and so forth. Like that kind of like early space sim, but they were pushing some pretty serious technology right out the gate. 1990 saw Argonaut develop Days of Thunder, tie into the movie, a NASCAR type racing game on behalf of Mindscape for Atari ST, DOS, and Nintendo's Game Boy. So 3D would have been expected from them for the ST and DOS versions, certainly, but the feat of pulling off 3D first-person driving on the Game Boy was a far more impressive trick for the time. It took them until 1992 to actually put out that Game Boy version in particular. I think it's something we've played on the show before as part of some segment, either Disastrous Driving or something else. They also, in 1992, did a conversion of Atari's Race Drivin' to the Game Boy, leveraging similarly impressive 3D for the handheld. So 2 3D Game Boy games to their name. And the culmination of these efforts came in the form of a Japan-exclusive Game Boy spaceship simulator by the name of X. This is a game that Nintendo took direct charge of publishing, which is to say they saw it in development and went to Mindscape and said, no, we're taking this one. We're going to publish this directly. It had plans to come to North America, but they ultimately got scrapped at some point, which is unfortunate because it's a really ambitious game for the Game Boy. As a matter of fact, Nintendo, and namely Gunpei Yokoi, who saw this game and realized like what they had on their hands, they were so impressed by Argonaut's body of work on the Game Boy that they brought on their R&D 1 team onto the project, basically just to study what Argonaut was doing, kind of crib as many notes as they could from Argonaut's process. Fun fact about that X game, by the way, it had a soundtrack composed by one Kazumi Totaka, and it is the first game to feature something that has gone on in Nintendo lore and history. The first game to feature Totaka's song, and so forth. Yes. So that song originates in an Argonaut software game. Speaking of Argonaut, speaking of space sims, this shot here, I compiled this, had a little bit of fun with that one.
Seamless. Lovely.
Ultimately, this collaboration with Nintendo gave way to Argonaut working closely with the company on development of a graphics coprocessor chip for SNES cartridges, which would allow for true 3D on the 16-bit console. This, of course, would turn out to be the Super FX chip, and led to the development of 1993's Star Fox, a further development collaboration between Nintendo EAD and Argonaut Games. They'd returned together to collaborate on 1994's Stunt Race FX, all while Argonaut continued to develop titles on their own for the SNES and PCs as the mid-90s continued, remaining an independent studio all the while, despite their seemingly strong working relationship with Nintendo. So Star Fox is a pretty big deal, to say the least. And the chip processing they were doing, the chip manufacture that Argonaut was doing at this point, they also were volunteering their services to other companies. I think they were involved in the Philips CDI in some capacity. They were developing a lot of bespoke chips. I know they had a big stake in like ARM processors and RISC processing at a moment in time. Argonaut's a really fascinating story, and ultimately, like, we're not going to get into the whole details of Argonaut and their history and all the advancements they made in tech. The history is going to mostly focus on Malice, but I'd be remiss not to mention this little guy on screen right here on the right-hand side of it. With the dawn of the 5th generation of console hardware beginning around 1994, don't forget the PS1 first launched in 1994, Argonaut looked to push the technological envelope once again and envisioned a title for Nintendo's upcoming 64-bit console that could star Mario's faithful sidekick, Yoshi. Under the tentative title Yoshi's Racing, the initial concept they pitched was a hybrid of several mechanics from the two video games Super Mario World and Super Mario Kart. Argonaut created a prototype, pitched it to Nintendo, who were evidently impressed by Argonaut's work. In particular, Shigeru Miyamoto expressed a particular fascination with the project, according to a Retro Gamer article I read in brief. Unfortunately for Argonaut...
I was going to say, any story involving Shigeru Miyamoto, it kind of sounds like dealing with the Fae.
Yeah. And you will see that they are a tricky sprite to please as we get into this next bit of factoid here. Unfortunately for Argonaut, Nintendo ultimately declined their proposal, explaining that they already had a similar project in development. Super Mario 64, in case that needed to be said. One would speculate that perhaps Nintendo saw the work that Argonaut was doing again and decided to crib some more notes and try to launch out on their own to learn how to do 3D for themselves, not be so reliant on this independent company. A company they probably wanted just to have under their wing, that they probably wanted to like purchase at a point in time. But as we'll see, that arrangement was going to be untenable past a certain point. The disappointment of the cancellation of Yoshi's Racing had come hot off the heels of Nintendo canceling a nearly complete Star Fox 2 that Argonaut had poured themselves into, and ultimately led to the London studio souring on Nintendo as a partner. This in turn leads to them finding a new publishing partner in Fox Interactive, retooling their Yoshi game prototype into a 3D platformer starring their own original mascot character, and ultimately releasing Croc Legend of the Gobos in 1997 across the PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and Windows PCs. And we have a resident Croc expert in the chat right now, our moderator Magic Mouse. So if you have any questions at all about Croc and its history, there's a source to go to. Hit him up, DM him, whisper at him, do what you got to do, and encyclopedic knowledge of all things Croc. You're welcome for that, Carmen. I would say like this period of Argonaut's history is very fascinating. Again, we only go into it in brief here. We have bigger fish to fry, but I highly encourage seeking out information wherever you might be able to find it on Argonaut and Nintendo's collaboration period, some of those early Game Boy games and the sort of tech they were pushing. But we move on, we move along. Years pass. Argonaut continues to develop games. They put out an N64 title by the name of Biggity Buck Bumble. Croc gets a squeakquel in 1999's Croc 2, and reviewers are terrified by the dual analog stick control scheme featured in 2000's Alien Resurrection. The scariest thing about that game, the dual analog control scheme. They also wind up doing a lot of licensed fare moving into the 2000s. Licenses such as The Emperor's New Groove, Aladdin, Harry Potter, Bionicle, so on and so forth. Most of their releases in this period receive mixed reviews, and only a few of them are lucky enough to recoup their development costs as well, with Croc standing as their most successful independent property, and even then, only rating as like a third stringer to the likes of Crash Bandicoot and Spyro on this PlayStation front. Argonaut likely figured their best bet was to try again with a new mascot platformer, one that embodied 90s Toad, unlike their Milquetoast Crocodile mascots. From here on out, we're going to crib liberally from an article written by the PlayStation Museum. I found this when looking for information about the PS1 version of Malice we're about to get into, but this also seems to have first-hand interview details with some of the members of Argonaut, and does a pretty good job of serving as a development timeline for the game in parts. So much of what we're about to read here are details gleaned from this article. We'll mention when there's details gleaned from other pressers and in context and so forth. But great article. I linked to the archive.org version, that even though there's a live page up for it because they broke formatting at some point in the past few years with the Web 2.0 to Web 3.0, and you're better off reading the archive.org version. Anyway, work begins in 1998 on what would eventually become Malice, leveraging their existing work on the Croc 2 engine, with initial designs to release it for the PlayStation and to be published by their then partners in Fox Interactive. Visual concepts for the protagonist and player character, dubbed Malice, seem to have been relatively cemented early in development, though her role in the initial vision for the story saw her not as the goddess or deity that she'd come to be in the final product, but as, quote, a boisterous young girl who accidentally unleashes an ancient demon spirit, fire incarnate. Said demon goes on to possess the closest thing to it, that being Malice's dog, creating a giant evil furball that threatens to wreak havoc across the forest, leaving a trail of warped and fragile reality in its wake. The newborn dog god must be saved from itself. So goes the initial pitch for the game's concept. When asked if the game's story was inspired by the story of Alice in Wonderland, then lead designer Herman Serrano in an interview says, only insofar as it's a dark fairy tale with a girl named Alice for a protagonist, but certainly the aim was to write a dark fairy tale with a character who grows up to become a kick-ass heroine.
American McGee like wipes the sweat off of his brow and goes, "Phew, it's not too late."
So they say a character named Alice, Malice, that's why people were drawing that conclusion. I think there's even a working title for the game that is Malice in Wonderland. That's a little on the nose if you ask me. But yes, this original vision of the game is visualized for the PlayStation 1, and we cut now to footage of that PS1 prototype in action, courtesy of the PlayStation Museum. So there is a full 10-minute video of this. There's also some other prototype footage that's surfaced in the years since that PlayStation Museum article. But this is the video where I grabbed this footage from. The impression I get from watching it is that there's a lot of sort of references to Crash and Spyro in this game's design. You have some levels that are just purely behind the back camera as you move forward. There's a planned variety of gameplay modes. You can see here that, Malice in real time getting transformed into various different forms.
What if Stretch Panic, but on you?
Exactly. So they were aiming for that sort of market with the PlayStation in mind, hitting up that kind of rush, so to speak. There's even a moment in time where there was planned to be a playable cat version of Malice, appropriately named Cat, with a K though. So a lot of these ideas don't make it into the final product, spoiler alert. We'll see which ones do and which ones don't. But this version of the game comes along pretty far in development. From what the PlayStation Museum and can gather from what the Argonaut developer said. No percentage on that, but you can look at this, and this looks fairly sophisticated. This looks fairly polished from the little brief GIF I'm showing here. So PlayStation Museum asked the question, So why was it dropped when the PSX version seemed almost complete? Two main reasons. The first technical, the second was business. And they go on to outline a few of the sticking points that troubled the game's development and would continue to trouble it as it shifted in its design and it moved from platform to platform as it would in the years to come. The first point they list here, I'm going to fly through these as quickly as I can. Engine legacy and work still to be done. The game engine was based on the Croc engine, and although a lot of gameplay had been put in it, it would still take at least another year to nail some really big bugs, plug in the cutscenes, and level linking code. World collision. The camera had a big tendency to get stuck on scenery. It needed to be completely overhauled to work with this world. Thanks in part to the tileset approach and the lack of camera consideration when the designers created the levels, this was a big task. Due to the tileset nature, Alice can fall through the tiny gaps in the tileset if pushed. This big problem was resolved by creating solid levels not based on tilesets. It would have been a lot of testing and proofing of levels to fix this issue if it were to remain on the PlayStation. Hey, this is a big one that we're going to come back to and have to hammer home again and again. Flawed team structure led to design fragmentation. The Malice team employed a large contingent of level designers encouraged to go off and design stuff independently, to the point where one designer soon lost sight of what the rest of the game looked like, and the poor coders soon were being asked for dozens of similar yet unique versions of the same type of game object. Very inefficient.
Isn't that theoretically what they want you to think like Valve works like?
Yeah.
Isn't that the mythos of Valve? It's like, yeah, everyone's doing their own thing and it all works.
It turns out that's not a good approach. It usually doesn't fucking work. You need to have a team that communicate with each other, as it turns out. But more on that as the story continues. And now for the business reasons it didn't come out on PlayStation. The PSX console by 1999 was in its final stage. The PS2 was out, and Argonaut was already completing its last big PlayStation project, the glorious Alien Resurrection. I think that's a little insert from the PlayStation Museum writer. The movie tie-in took 5 years to develop and come out, remembering that was originally meant to tie into the fourth Alien film. Way after the movie release, but was still a great game. However, it proved to Argonaut executives that the console was at the end of its life as the returns on this great game were small. So, Malice was still in the pipeline, and even though so much had been put into the game since 1998, it was still at least a whole year away from completion in 1999 or 2000. Fox Interactive also pulled out of supporting Malice, so Argonaut was left without a backer for this game. To that last point, Fox Interactive ended their relationship with Argonaut in around 2000. They handed the Croc license off to THQ when it came time to publish a version of the game for the Game Boy Color, not developed in-house by Argonaut, but by a studio named Virtuecraft. I'd hypothesize, I'd speculate here, that a lukewarm reception and sales for Alien Resurrection were probably the final straw in a business relationship that was never truly fruitful for either of the companies involved here, between Argonaut and Fox. Of course, this left Argonaut stuck with another near-finished game and nowhere to put it, a repeat of the Star Fox 2 situation. They didn't even have a console to release it on, as they had decided the PS1 was becoming old news with the turn of the millennium. So for Malice and Argonaut to survive, they'd have to quickly pivot to new technology. We can finally move on from this GIF to another GIF. This time of a work-in-progress Xbox build of the game from 2001. This footage is taken from this video. Link in the chat, and of course links in the description for anything I link to here. Additional link, on July 13th, 2000, the public was first introduced to Malice by means of an Argonaut-issued press statement preserved on IGN. Here at this link, to quote IGN, Argonaut has confirmed its support for the Xbox. We're working on a game which is currently called Malice, developer-director Keith Robinson told IGN Xbox Today. Malice is a third-person adventure game with very bright, colorful cartoon-style graphics. It is a dark fairy tale that features a female character. Malice incorporates new technology originally developed for Croc. It makes use of our new graphics engine, which is called Shadowcaster, Robinson said. Among other features, the engine is able to handle up to 8 independent real-time lights. Ooh. The engine allows characters to cast shadows onto themselves and others. Argonaut has other next-gen games in development, but they will not be used for this game. The Xbox creation is currently running on a P1000 with a GeForce 2 graphics card, since the development kit is not yet available. We're developing our games on high-end PCs until that happy day arrives, Argonaut founder Jez San told us. In addition to Xbox development, work is ongoing on the Dreamcast and PS2 as well. Robinson said that Malice may be brought to other consoles in the future, but nothing is official yet. Argonaut has supported a wide range of consoles with both games and technology, so to hear of Xbox development is encouraging. Remember, in 2000, Xbox had not yet launched.
There's something... Now, I'm coming at this from a place of ignorance, or a place of not knowing how game development works. But there's something that's always been about... There's always been something about the idea of developing a game for a console that the development kits aren't out yet. That always strikes me as really weird. It's like, we're making the game, we don't know anything. We know that there's going to be something. We think it might look like this.
You'd have
we hope
tentative
we're right.
specs. You'd have like a ceiling on how the hardware could operate and have like a comparison point for PC hardware at that point in time.
In a lot of those stories, it's very common for them to say, and the final specs were lower than we thought.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
That is the shifting goalpost that dooms a lot of games, but as you'll see, that's not really a going concern in this story past a certain point. What this initial reveal through IGN fails to mention is a publisher or a speculative release date of any sort. What we can gather from this and glean from some of the details, even though they didn't have a publisher named, the development was probably being supported in part by Microsoft themselves, maybe through their Microsoft Game Studios venture. They were very keen at this point to secure developer support for their upcoming console prior to its November 2001 launch. To this end, in an attempt to streamline the development process, Argonaut had endeavored to migrate as much of the work as they had done on the initial PS1 version to Xbox as possible, retaining concepts and level designs, while at the same time having to rebuild all the underlying tech to facilitate the game running on an altogether different piece of hardware. Though Argonaut had their reputation as tech wizards by this point, that flawed team structure alluded to earlier evidently made this migration process far more painful than it should have been, as absolutely none of their team members seemed to be on the same page as one another. There's a quote in the PlayStation Museum article here that's just apropos of nothing. I don't know if this is a quote from one of the people they interviewed or just commentary by the PlayStation Museum writer themselves, but it reads, "Oh, those coders and their mind games. Oh, those designers and their inability to know what to ask for. Trouble in paradise, to say the least." Further quoting from the PlayStation Museum in their timeline section, the Xbox was due to come out and Argonaut was keen to get first onto this console and ideally showcase Argonaut's technology, so Malice transitioned from PSX to Xbox, causing the team to swell in the process. During this time, the tech also came along with the amazing Shadowcaster engine emerging from this. By 2001, Microsoft were showing off demos of Malice on the Xbox, and all seemed well. However, the PSX game design was tricky to rework into a new schedule, and the resulting game suffered a lot of compromise. And so it continues. Here's a screenshot from a Sierra digital press kit, as well as the cover to said press kit, where Malice is one of the 3 key games advertised on the front next to SWAT and The Hobbit. Why are we looking at a Sierra press kit here? What's Malice doing there? Well, in around 2001, Microsoft lost faith in the game. Microsoft no longer determined to support Argonaut in their endeavors, and they had to seek a new publisher. At some point, I'm reading for myself here now, Microsoft lost faith in Malice, or otherwise determined their money would be better spent on other studios' projects. This obviously came as another major blow to Argonaut, who may well have hoped at some point to secure Microsoft as a direct publishing partner, similar to their past arrangement with Nintendo. Luckily, they were quickly able to find a new partner in, Vivendi Universal Interactive Publishing. It's a hell of a name. And their Sierra Entertainment label. Because remember, they had acquired Sierra at some point, and this turned them into a software label. This turned them into a publishing label. This was all confirmed on August 7th, 2001, as per a Argonaut financial statement, as sourced and shown in this IGN article here. To quote the IGN article, "The wait is finally over." Malice is coming to a console near you thanks to Vivendi Universal Interactive Publishing. The announcement was part of Malice developer Argonaut's financial statement sent out on the wires today. In the statement, the company admitted that the transition to the next generation has been slower than expected, as was signing appropriate games with publishers. Fortunately, things seem to be moving forward for the company because the development arrangement with Vivendi for Malice, which is now being produced for both the Xbox and PS2. The game will be published under the Sierra brand. Apparently now it's a brand now that the company has been purchased by Vivendi. That's commentary by the IGN staff, not by me. And should see release early in 2002.
Listen. Always bet on Malice.
The company has also announced a publishing deal with Xbox to create an exclusive game, though obviously that project isn't Malice. The game hasn't been announced, but it's being developed by Argonaut's Cambridge studio group, Just Add Monsters Limited. Put a pin in that one for later. As for Argonaut's other titles, Orchid,
Yeah.
and Cleaners, spelled with a K instead of a C, no platform announced as of yet. Talks are still underway with publishers, though no formal announcements have been made. So, this is the first major transfer of publisher duties here, the first of several that we will cover. And Vivendi, for their role at this point in the industry, was taking on a lot of projects, looking to acquire a lot of studios. A lot of misses, some hits during this time. In addition to working on Malice for Vivendi, that SWAT game featured in this image here. I don't know the subtitle. I have it written later in the article. That's the PS2 version of SWAT.
ETPC in chat says SWAT Urban Justice.
That sounds right. Urban Justice never came out. It was in development hell for 2 years before being canned. No, I know for a fact I've played a version of SWAT for the PS2 and that it has an Argonaut credit on it. So maybe that was a speculative title seen here, and then it became something else. It became a different SWAT game, but it's a very consoleized version of SWAT. It's not particularly great. It's not very tactical, if you ask me, but it is a game that you can play. Global Strike Team. Thank you, ETPC. Yes. So, in any case, Argonaut was contracted to work on the SWAT game, so we'll get to what comes of that game later on. PlayStation Museum writes at this point, Microsoft walked away, but Sierra came on board, complete, with Gwen Stefani and No Doubt providing voice talent to Malice's main character.
All of No Doubt was voicing the main character at the same time.
Yeah, a chorus of voices. Okay. So this is going to need some explaining. We'll get to this image on the screen, this interview on the screen in a minute. First, we should link to this IGN article, which reported on Malice incorporating No Doubt into their designs. At this point in development, Vivendi seemed insistent on tying pop culture to Malice and using the game to potentially promote another project tied into their music division, and so the decision was made on high to incorporate third-wave ska band No Doubt into the game, with lead singer Gwen Stefani slotted to voice act lead character Malice, as well as finding other voice roles for members of the band, and supplementing the soundtrack with cuts off of their albums, if not some original compositions as well. As per Luke Von Hall, president and COO of Vivendi Universal Games, in a quote, this collaboration between Vivendi Universal's Games and Music's division is a prime example of the unique synergistic opportunities available within the Vivendi Universal family of companies. Music and movies have long been a natural pairing. Music and games is the logical next step in the evolution of interactive entertainment, and we're pleased to partner with Interscope Records and No Doubt to take the gaming experience to the next level. I am a robot.
I will now go home and sleep in a separate bed from my wife.
So the impression I would get from this is that this was not a decision made by anyone at Argonaut. This was a decision from Vivendi that said, hey, we're taking on this game. If we're going to publish this, we need some sort of fucking hook for it. We need something to sell this game based off of. So here you go, shoehorn this in. With the news of No Doubt's involvement in Malice made public and becoming a central point of the game's marketing, Electronic Gaming Monthly would seek to interview Gwen Stefani for their 161st issue in December 2002 and do their part in contributing to the promotional machine. What follows is one of the most embarrassing fucking things I have ever read in my life. Introduced to us, by the way, today, courtesy of Slime Generator on the Discord server. Originally unearthed by Soicrates on Twitter in a 2002 post. which I will link here. Frank
This
Gothic
is a present
resubscribing with a
from me
message.
to
We are
you.
here to suffer. Oh boy, how you don't know the fucking half of it. I'm going to hand it off to you two. I'm going to read the blurb here, and then I'm going to have us read this interview because, boy fucking howdy. So let me go ahead and introduce Talking Malice with No Doubt's Gwen Stefani. Celebrities are normal people too, just incredibly rich ones. You like games, they like games. Each issue, we talk to a different celebrity who plays games, is involved in their creation, or is lucky enough to be in one. This month, we caught up with No Doubt's frontwoman Gwen Stefani, who provides the voice of the heroine in Sierra's character-based action-adventure title Malice, pictured below, available early next year for PS2 and Xbox. No Doubters Tony, Adrian, and Tom play cronies in Malice, and the band also provides some of the game's tunes. Johnny will read for the EGM interviewer who goes unnamed, and Sharky will read for Gwen Stefani. Please to take it away.
Acting. What favorite digital diversions do you group to, little Miss Rockstar?
Oh, and television's where it's at. I have to go old school. Frogger, Miss Pac-Man, you name it.
Yeah, think Malice will be the break No Doubt needs to hit it big?
Maybe. Either way, it's an exciting collaboration. We see it as a great way to put our music out there for the public. Video games are the future.
Yeah, just a girl, a bit now, a 3D rendered one. Is that bizarre? What?
It's weird. Everyone says Malice and I are so much alike. Hearing that is flattering, but also kind of strange. Picture what it'd be like if it happened to you.
Something of a transgender bender, we'd think.
I see your point. The lead character's female.
Very observant. Notice anything else odd here?
Yeah, that Malice girl is bound to stir up controversy. The game's set in a fantasy world, but she's got a lot of pent-up aggression.
Just like you, right?
Not really. I've never even been in a fight. I relieve aggression through my music.
Us too. The armpit trombone's a classic. Wait, that's that's disturbing.
Not as disturbing as how many hours people probably clock into the game. The dedication is amazing. You know what they say about too much of a good thing?
It's simply orgasmic.
Oh, no.
Moving right on then. What makes Malice so unique?
It'll interest females. Ask yourself why the only other games featuring girls are stereotypical stuff like Tomb Raider. I'm curious myself to see how many ladies want to give it a try.
So, compared to your day job, is this gig a dream come true or what?
Something like that. Playing the character of Malice was really exciting for me. Who knows, maybe it'll kickstart my career.
And scene. Yeah, that's right. Ask yourself why the only other games feature girls are stereotypical stuff like Tomb Raider. Of course, that's not the most embarrassing line. The most embarrassing line is anything said by this fucking EGM goon. Holy fuck. I do not miss 2002.
I was curious, by the way. I looked up like what songs and singles like No Doubt had by then, and stuff like "Just a Girl," "It's My Life," "Feel So Good." That was all before this.
Yeah,
So
they had
apparently
already
they hadn't hit it big. They
yeah.
hadn't hit it big. Yeah, apparently.
No,
Even
this will
though
be
they
the
had-
big breakthrough. Finally, this fucking
Even though
video
they
game.
were at top of the charts for like months.
Yeah, even though they were consistently in the top 40 for this period, this will be the big break. Though this will be finally the thing that breaks them through. Holy
Devious
fuck!
Vacuum. Devious Vacuum Chat says they thought that sounded good and normal.
Yeah.
I love the size. No, they had to include that. They put the
I
sigh
love
in
that.
brackets. They had
When-
to know. Ugh.
When
I was
first-
saying like I was saying I really wanted like the answer to the last question to be in brackets. Sound of empty chair swiveling.
Yeah.
So
When I first saw this, I had the theory that this was like punched up. You know, like this is not a real interview. This is just like execs trying to come up with something. And then the bit where Gwen Stefani sighs was like, oh no, this actually happened. Because why would someone
Why would
put that in
someone
there on purpose?
insert that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move along, please, to this picture here. Malice would continue to see support from Vivendi and Sierra, with a life-size statue of the protagonist serving as the centerpiece of Sierra's booth at E3 2002, and one LT Studios, a subdivision of Argonaut, being additionally contracted by Vivendi to convert the game to the PlayStation 2. Still, Argonaut just couldn't get their shit sorted out to save their lives, and seeing their other releases during this period continue to result in critical and consumer apathy was only eating away at their financials and their industry reputation. Despite attempts to standardize Malice's development and to streamline its design into a more achievable vision, let's say, gradually chipping away at the game's identity and unique selling points in the process, they were still failing to hit their scheduled milestones, resulting in announced delays. Eventually, Vivendi too lost faith in Argonaut and pulled out from Malice, though they still supported the studio in developing and publishing 2003's SWAT Global Team Strike, or Global Strike Team, as mentioned earlier. Going back to PlayStation Museum, but still the game design suffered and the tech failed to deliver on the ever-changing demands. Argonaut was also suffering poor returns on its other titles during this 02-03 period, and Malice continued to be downgraded until finally Sierra pulled out too. The team was downsized to a skeleton team. Even the project lead was forced out in 2002, effectively killing the vision forever. So, where does that leave us? Well, in 2003, Malice gets canceled. Yeah, they canceled this game, and what are we going to play later? Who knows? Who's to say?
Whoops. I didn't check that before putting this on the Patreon poll.
Yeah, whoopsies. To quote this IGN reporting on Malice's cancellation in 2003, Argonaut Games today abruptly announced the cancellation of its 3D PlayStation 2 platformer Malice and its girl-powered Xbox action game Orchid. The English developer explained its finances will be significantly impacted by the cancellations. As a result of the cancellations, the company's cash flow will be less than expected in 2003, since final payments from both publishers would have been paid upon completion of the products. VU Games, Vivendi Universal, has canceled the Malice development contract and has returned all rights to Argonaut. Vivendi Universal Games was previously in negotiations with Argonaut to find another publisher for Malice, but the possibility is unlikely, said Argonaut's executives, given the financial value the company requires at this point. Malice has been in development for 3 years. Actually, it's been in development for 5, but no one knew about the PlayStation version, and originally began as an Xbox title, PS1, before moving to the PS2. Argonaut has also terminated its agreement with Namco Home Tech Inc. for Orchid. Namco decided that the potential returns would not justify the additional investment required to complete it in its new form. These developments are very troubling for Argonaut, said Chairman Julian Paul. Malice and Orchid are heavy blows, and the unfortunate delay of Powerdrome is very frustrating. Lastly, sales of the recently released Kung Fu Chaos have been disappointing. As a result, Microsoft has decided not to commission a sequel as was believed. On that last point...
So Mummy's Curse, right? We're all in agreement, Mummy's Curse?
On that last point, Argonaut had picked up a studio by the name of Just Add Monsters in the early 2000s, who were commissioned by Microsoft Game Studios to develop the underwhelming Kung Fu Chaos as an Xbox exclusive. Following that game's failure, Just Add Monsters would later go on to purchase their freedom from Argonaut Games, eventually get bankrolled by Sony Computer Entertainment, working on a game called Heavenly Sword, and rebrand as a little-known studio by the name of Ninja Theory. So that's just a whole other rabbit hole you can choose to go down following the Argonaut Games story. Anyway, back to Argonaut. With Vivendi no longer expressing interest in so much as negotiating on Argonaut's behalf to try and pass the buck onto another publisher, they ultimately left the rights to Malice in its developers' laps and left them to deal with the mess they'd made. Of course, where all this ultimately left Argonaut Games was up shit creek without a paddle. By this point, Argonaut were descending quickly into a likely bankruptcy, having sunk so much money into Malice and other projects that either failed to recoup costs or which never saw launch. About the only other project to note, and potential they had in the works at this point, was a contract with Electronic Arts to develop a console tie-in to an upcoming superhero movie, which they had dedicated 100 employees to getting that game off the ground out the door in time with the release of said film. We'll get back to that point later as well. Still, This left them sitting in the meantime with the scraps of Malice that they had sunk millions of dollars into and a desperate need to do something with it, if only so they could close out that long-drawn chapter of their careers. Quoting from PlayStation Museum, Argonaut had to recoup some of the money invested. Over the next 9 months up to summer 2003, the remaining team in LT Studios, originally the PlayStation 2 conversion team, regrouped their resources and redrafted the game into something that could ship. The final game was a compilation of the most complete levels, tidied up a bit, bundled together in a barely cohesive plot, and shipped out, bug-free, but a shadow of its former self. It took a whole year to get the Gold Master and to find someone to distribute it in 2004. That someone would wind up being Mud Duck Productions, a budget label under the ZeniMax publishing conglomerate, mostly responsible for distributing bowling and ATV games. Needless to say, this was not exactly a prestige label, and yet this tepid investment being put forward by ZeniMax likely represented the best deal Argonaut was going to get at this point, having been bounced between 3 other publishers. Actually 4 if you count a speculated interest by Rockstar Games based on remnants of copyright text buried in the final shipping game. At some point, Rockstar thought they were going to publish this, and then they fucking said no too. So having bounced between so many publishers and completely annihilating their reputation in the games industry over the course of the previous 4 years. By this point, the sad thing is that Argonaut, their reputation was toxic. They were pariahs by this point, really. But the news of the revival was covered in at least some capacity. Again, we go to IGN, who reported on Malice's revival in 2004. Back in the early days of the Xbox, there was once a game called Malice. The game featured a red-headed female who carried a big hammer. The graphics at the time were incredible. The game, developed by Argonaut, was later cancelled, and so the story ended, or so it seemed. Argonaut announced that Malice has found a new home with Mud Duck, a subsidiary of ZeniMax Media. The game is scheduled to ship later this year for the Xbox and assumingly the PlayStation. It's unknown whether development has continued over the months or if the game's development has been on hiatus. Whatever the case may be, a batch of new screens have been released, and the game still looks just as good as it did almost 2 years ago. Also, it hasn't been announced that the game will still feature the voice of No Doubt lead singer Gwen Stefani, but unless the deal went sour over the cancellation, she's presumably still featured in the game. She wasn't! Which brings us to the final chapter of this sordid tale. Finally, after much ado and having been bounced around so many publishers, Malice released in Europe on April 30th of 2004 on the PS2, across PS2 and Xbox on June 2nd in North America, and finally made its way to PAL region Xboxes on August 6th of that year. And it was a flop. Speculated to have sold less than 100,000 copies in its lifetime. Ugh. Critics tore it to shreds for its obviously unfinished nature and uneven gameplay, as well as reveling in retelling the tale of its tumultuous development. Seriously, in any review you read from this period, they all retell the story of how long this game spent in development, and they're all very mean about it, as Games Journo in the early 2000s was. And I'm going to be mean about it here right now. Malice's release after so many years spent in development effectively amounted to the cruel punchline of an excruciatingly drawn-out joke. What was once held up as one of the most potentially promising 3D platformers to be produced by one of the most adept developers in the games industry wound up little more than a laughingstock put up by a studio whose reputation had been thoroughly tarnished along the way. But the cruelest joke of all was still yet to be played on poor Argonauts. Unfortunately, remember that superhero movie tie-in game I mentioned before? The movie it was being tied into was 2004's Catwoman, starring Halle Berry. That would go on to flop like no other superhero movie had ever flopped before that point. This made for a nice bit of parody with the Argonaut game, which similarly underwhelmed critics and failed to fly off shelves. And so Argonaut Games would go out not with a bang, but with one of the most pathetic, pitiful whimpers ever heard within the history of the business. Quoting PlayStation Museum, 6 months later, Argonaut Games folded. Malice and a few other projects snuck out while the whole company poured everything into Catwoman. It was a risk that did not pay off. Most of the Argonaut staff were laid off. There was a layoff that took out about 100 employees. Many of them flocked to Rocksteady Studios in 2004. The company itself enters liquidation in 2005, ultimately dissolves in 2007. And that would be where the story ended, if not for recent developments. Well, Argonaut got paid a bit of praise and reevaluation with the eventual release of Star Fox 2. Remember that SNES classic that launched in 2017? We finally got a glimpse of that game. Never mind the fact that a prototype had been floating around for years prior, but that's unofficial. And has since returned, Argonaut that is, as a boutique publisher in order to manage the remaster of Croc: Legend of the Gobos. It's obvious that the Argonaut Games that operates today is just a shell of its former self and likely has no ambitions of developing anything new ever again. What value would their name even hold at this point? You're just going to see some remasters of Croc and maybe a couple other games. Who knows? Maybe we'll get that Malice remaster. I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. But the last word I'm going to give to Jez San, again quoted in that PlayStation Museum article. And then we'll get to the game shortly after this. But let Jez set the scene for the game we're about to play. I have lots of good memories of Malice. Mostly that it was a wildly overambitious idea that had a truly awesome tech demo that wowed 1 billion of people that was being used to launch Xbox. No. Just no. Not 1 billion. But it got pulled around for Microsoft, and then from publisher to publisher, and eventually died a death and released on a B game label. The blame, partly due to mismanagement on our part, partly down to some of the team who were as creative as they were egotistical, partly due to overzealous publisher involvement, making wholesale changes that were unnecessary and unwarranted, and partly just because it was too damn big a project to be done at our own risk. Malice definitely contributed to bringing down the company. I can't blame all our woes on one game, far from it, but it sure sucked a lot of cash out of the company, millions, and that can't have helped. And so concludes the saga of Malice's development. Boy howdy, that was not the ride I expected to go on when you suggested this game. I learned much of this and wrote all of that in the past 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah,
So
I knew it. I knew it had like a long, rough development. I didn't know the multiple publisher and all that stuff though.
So
It's wild.
The game we're about to play, if all that we just wrote and read is to be believed and understood, is basically a pared down version of a PS1 game that got ported to Xbox and then to PS2 and then came out on both of those. But basically the revision of the revision of the revision of a vision of a game, just stripped down to the bare essentials, what they could cobble together and make work in some sort of form or fashion. We'll see how well this final product comes together. We'll see. And with that being said, let's launch the damn thing. Why don't we? Let's get to actually playing a video game here tonight. Novel concept, I know, for the Bad Game Hall of Fame, but...
Now, prior to us, nailing down which version we're going to be playing, I didn't know there was more than one version. I just thought this was an Xbox game because of those magazine ads back in the day. I just associated this game with Xbox.
That was by design at a certain point in time when Microsoft really had investments in this and thought that they would have secured a big deal exclusive. I think Rare ultimately became the studio that they went to for that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you mentioned Microsoft pointing out, I speculated, it's probably because all that money that went to Rare.
Yeah, very likely. And ultimately a wiser investment on their part. I mean, who's to say that this game wouldn't have shaped up to be something great at that point? Mm-hmm. I mean, I would say it probably was doomed from the word go. Just based on the team composition and such.
Alright. Well, if I remember right, I don't remember there being anything... Yep.
Well, you can go to visual
titles in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Widescreen support.
Oh, are we good?
No,
we're
keeping it 4x3. Yeah.
Keep it simple. Yep.
Check the sound too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There are subtitles, but not on everything. I think the intro FMV does not have cutscenes, so we'll have to give that space. We should also mention that, hey, Johnny's playing this, because I don't want to play a fucking platformer. So I passed that buck on to Johnny.
Yeah, I'm on the old 1s and 2s today.
In the beginning, there was... there we go.
They didn't have a publisher for all the graphics in the intro.
obey.
Sick.
My dear Malice, we meet again.
No!
Well, read your fate. Oh, I'm such a bad dog.
Death! 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 A billion bleeding corpses, and the whole thing falls apart.
Hello?
And who has to sort it out time after time after?
Hello?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you waiting? Let me just put everything else to one side and devote my entire, undivided attention to you! Name?
Malice, I think.
So that's for me to find out, is it? Well, that's no trouble. Checking the records of an entire planet? What's that going to take? Just 1 or 2 millennia? No trouble at all!
It's
Head?
very British writing.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
What?
No goddesses! It said on the door, no goddesses! And if we did take goddesses, we wouldn't take the one that caused that.
They're not with me.
Get out! Go on! Better still, go back and sort it out.
What?
Everything. It's low tide, you know. I should be putting my feet up. But you...
It's great having no context for any of this.
Next.
That's you read the 98-page lore Bible that came with the game. It's like Ultima.
Okay, thankfully the rest of it is subtitled, unless there's more FMVs.
Ah, Malice, you are alive once more. Indeed.
Oh, you skip past her first line. Don't
You know
press
what?
X.
Yep. The button lied to me.
Always nice to meet a guy with a good job. How's that working out for you?
Not well. These are grim times, Malice. You and your world were destroyed by Dog God. Now, unless he can be found and vanquished, the whole universe will share.
You know, if you say his name backwards,
Okay,
it's
so-
God Dog.
Book, let's look him up. He'll be under D or
Oh.
BG.
Oh, she's sassy.
Finding him will not.
Not Gwen Stefani, notably.
Yeah.
Normally, I would track him with my machineries, but Dog God is clever. He has stolen all my logic keys. Malice, you must find these keys. He has given them to his minions, unless we can get them.
Did we need to play the PS1 version to get the context?
I think so.
No problem. Minions I can handle.
I have managed to locate the first key, which must have slipped from his grasp. It lies deep within the orrery lubrication system. Please, my dear, recover it, and quickly. I will help you as much as I can.
Do your stuff, Rusty. I'm pumped.
Trying to figure out
well,
who
at least you
voice
know.
acts Malice here. The credited voice actors for this game include Harper Marshall, Bradley Lavelle, Jay Simon, Diane Perry, and Sean Baker. I'm gonna bet it's this Diane Perry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! It's probably Harper Marshall because she does the voice of Hermione Granger in some Harry Potter games.
Ah, okay.
And she was also worked on some of the Harry Potter games that Argonaut had published through the early 2000s.
Yeah. I saw it mentioned earlier, and in the chat, it's worth referencing. I think people mentioned Limp Bizkit, and this character design very much feels like, oh, it's the backup dancer from the Rollin' Airway Vehicle music video. Like, that's just the design. We just need the backwards red baseball cap, and then that's it.
So this is a hub world, clearly.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
assuming that's
okay.
the first hub you can go to. The fact that it's constantly spinning is
Yeah, it's
stupid.
great.
From the start. Not making this easy for you. Also,
Time has come.
oh, okay.
I will open this portal to send you on each quest. You must jump using the X button onto the pillar and press the triangle button to pass through it. Use the portal, my dear. It will take you to the orrery's oil fountain. Bring me the first logic key. The universe is counting on you.
Alright. There's some random little issues with the text in the formatting, like where the exclamation mark was on its own line, and those buttons, like, not having a space between the word and the button. It's minor, but it's already bothering me.
Hydrigion, or Hide 3 Ig 0 on. I don't know which way you prefer to have it pronounced. What game is this? This is Malice for the PlayStation 2.
I see you have noticed a crystal heart pot. There are 100 of these scattered throughout.
Fuck off!
10 that you find will increase your maximum hearts by 1.
Are you sure you want to read a line like that, and you don't want to read it like...
Well, he claims I know this stat, but I actually don't see it on the screen right now. But
Right there, in the center of the thingy.
no, he's talking about this.
Oh, that?
Always be sure to
Yeah.
collect all that you want. You'll not be able to go back for any you miss.
Oh, great.
You should lower the central column.
Oh, good FOMO in my platformer.
Distance to get it down.
It don't even give you a chance to solve this first puzzle on your own.
These pistons show which floor switches you should stand.
Forward thinking to the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Game
Can we get
design.
a yellow paint on these? Just to...
Also, I'll mention, you can tell this game was meant to come out way earlier. We have inverted camera control.
Of course.
And
Well,
we
you
don't
gotta
even
live
have
with
a
it.
look up. Yeah, we don't even have a look up and down. We just have zoom in. All right.
Do you think it's gonna
Okay.
slowly drain as you walk away from it? Is this
Oh.
timing based, or...?
Let's see.
Nah, it
Okay,
should be
but-
fine.
Ah,
There we go.
success. Well done, my dear. The shield's down and you can collect our first key.
Oh.
Okay, 1 down, 7 to go. That's...
Yep. Yeah, easy so far.
Except for the camera.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the problem with the camera. That's not to do with it being inverted. I'm moving the stick. I've let go of the stick.
Seem to get this itch.
It has like momentum. It's like turning. Whoa. I
Now you have the
don't know if I've seen that in a game that bad before.
Please tell me that was a whole stage.
I think
Remember,
so.
you'll
Yeah.
never be able to go back and get the things you missed. Goodbye,
That's-
good ending.
Oh.
So what's the
Someone
deal
have fun
with
with
this
that
key
effect.
thing anyway?
Each key unlocks a section of my machineries. These will allow me to locate each of Dark God's minions. The last key may even lead us to him.
Yeah, about that. I've been thinking. Maybe I need some kind of gun. Or a bomb. Or a really big muzzle.
But Tish, I am Headful asked, will there ever be an episode? Will there even be an episode 2 of this? Oh yeah, because we wasted so much time with the with the history section for
Yeah.
one, and for second, this game is at least like 4 or 5 hours long, which means it'll take us like 6 or 7. So
Yeah. Have a look around this dude.
yeah, this seems like a shoehorned in element. I would speculate that. Oh boy, I would speculate that this was a last minute add to the game to give some sort of framing device to the levels they cobbled together. I would also speculate that the reason they didn't go with the Gwen Stefani voice acting in the final product was, if not due to like license running out or the arrangement with Vivendi Music and all that falling apart, was likely due to like them having to rewrite the entire script,
Oh, I see.
retrofit it to fit this final product, and like need someone to have like new voice lines and not being able to get
Yeah.
Gwen back in the studio.
Clank?
And I probably more I speculate is that it was specifically tied to Vivendi, so they would have had to have like made new contracts with her. If they were just going for her even and not the whole band.
Okay, so I looked up the manual for this game to see if there's anything in there to help explain the plot of the story. No.
Yeah, you
Like,
literally have to know about the PS1 prototype and the pitch they made to have any context for like the dog being her dog. But I guess they threw all that out. I guess that's not really the story as it stands. I
Yeah.
guess.
like the story part of this starts at, you know, her being headless in front of death. That's it.
I was right. The next key is in the clutches of one of Dog God's hideous abominations.
Hey,
So I looked further
but
in here. I can talk over this. There's subtitles.
you said
I looked further into this to see maybe there's a character page like for Malice herself or Alice herself that just says like, "Hey, here's who she is." You know, she's a goddess or whatever. Well, there is a page devoted to Alice, but it's entirely devoted to a picture of her backside so you can see her tramp stamp, and that's it.
Perfect.
You are my dear. Good luck.
So her hammer becomes a club, a tree stump. That seems like a downgrade. Or maybe it's just a big like leg of ham. Who knows?
Yeah.
Bashalicious?
I don't know. I'm guessing it changes over the course of the game.
We'll see.
Right, back in we go.
Like I will say a big thing, a big aspect of the original game that I don't know if I mentioned sufficiently. We saw the one concept art of the 3 different ages of Malice, where she's like a kid, a teenager, and a preteen, like where she ages up over the course of the game, or otherwise gets changed around.
Like this feels like a sort of platformer game where you'd have forms.
Oh, what a cute little monkey.
Hey, watch it, Woody. I'm a goddess.
Really?
Goddess.
Sorry. You fleshy things all look alike to me. What are you the goddess of? Big sneak.
Oh,
I'm a goddess.
Burn.
Kicking monstrous butt is what?
She does have big shoes.
Boy?
I'll pass. Thanks. But while you're here, could you do me a huge favor and see off these dreadful mushrooms? They're doing terrible damage to my boy.
Mr. Taco says that tree looks like it saw that EGM interview.
yeah.
Sounds like it too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the voice was not what I was expecting for the expression.
Manicure you.
Oh, she's saying something.
She said something about a manicure. I'm willing
Also, I
to
don't know
tune all
why.
this
If I
shit out.
zoom in too far, I turn off her shadows.
Oh, no kidding. Anyway, go smash 20 mushrooms or whatever.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here's our first taste of combat. How does it feel?
Oh, okay. Not great so far. Because you see, when I swing, well, when I actually swing. Okay, there's not like a bespoke combo. There's also like no moving attack. If you see when I attack while I'm moving, it just locks into the still thing there. The main thing I've got to watch out for is the camera, because if I manually change the view, then I have to deal with the camera having momentum. Or inertia, or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, don't forget to get those heart pieces.
Yep.
You know, if you don't get them now, you won't be able to come back for them.
That's so wild to me. Like, freaking Banjo-Kazooie let you go into the old levels to get stuff you missed.
Well, I mean, this game was made before Banjo-Kazooie.
No. No, it wasn't.
In one form.
No, it wasn't. That was 1998.
Oh, I found a second attack button.
When did the PS1 game start?
1998. Crash would have come out in
okay.
96 or 97.
Okay, I thought this was like 1994.
No. That was when Croc Legend of the Gobo started development.
Right. I mean, maybe this game was actually started on like the Super Nintendo. Like, we have not learned that bit of the story yet.
Gale Pond in chat with, I believe this is correct what they're saying here. The game was supposed to start in a hellish, war-torn present-day version of the same area, and the game would have been traveling about back and forth between the present and the past, and at one point you're supposed to go to the future for a boss fight.
I can see you're a girl
So Sonic CD.
around a big club. Maybe you could find a use for this.
I don't like this tree's voice. Just something about it.
It's glide magic. Makes you kind of floaty. It's nice.
It sounds like the voice you were doing for
Yes.
the EGM interviewer.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't like it. Well, at least that guy still got work after that interview.
That's unfortunate.
You know, guy's got to eat.
And press the X button once to float from a height or from a jump, but it won't
That's not what it said.
until you get some mana to recharge your magics. I should think you'll find some soon.
Not this. That's a heart.
Now, this is a mana crystal. These chaps reach
90% of this game so far has been people fucking tutorializing us.
fill up.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, what's up, Twiggy?
Something awful gliding inside me. It hurts real bad. I think I'm going to be sick. Do something.
Sorry, I didn't mean to speak over the game there. I'm feeling really nauseous right now. But, oh, sorry.
Don't even go there. Blah. I'll grow you a leaf lift. It'll take you up to my mouth. You can slide inside from there.
Oh, something
No,
flew past the
thanks.
camera.
No,
Or wooden gut.
nope, you phrased that the wrong way. Sorry, you're gonna die.
Okay, Cass, do me a thought exercise here. That voice they were just doing. Imagine that, but like higher pitch, and also he's ginger.
Heart pots before you use the leaf lift.
What are you getting at here?
Yeah, not following.
So the voice he was doing, it was down like this. Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
But what would he sound like if he was like higher pitch and he was in like a metal band?
Oh!
Oh! Ginger?
Isn't
Yeah, Dave
Isn't he
Mustaine has
ginger?
red hair.
yeah?
He does? I thought he was a blonde.
Sharky, this is actually a perfect opportunity. Can you get the soundboard for me? I added 2 new soundboard
Sure.
effects to our other server. Bag, you should get the heart piece in case you didn't. The one on the right-hand side of the screen.
There you go.
I
Fine.
think you're
I
supposed to
see it.
glide from the top
Oh,
to that.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Do you want me to hit them?
Yeah, even though the
Or
moment's
no?
passed, I just want I want to
Oh,
hear it.
slime
All
for I
right.
meant Ed Sheeran. Not quite.
Hello, me. Meet the real me.
Yeah, it was
Then-
getting to that territory. Also, oh, that's not a good glide.
Nice story. Gotcha.
We'll get lots of mileage out of those in the years to come.
Alright.
Surely.
You know, oh look, I could just double jump.
Aye, that works.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
There's still
And
2
I
hearts to
noticed-
collect in this area for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're gonna be in the tree. Just
Oh no, there's
There
one
you
right there.
is there?
Yeah, top of the pipe.
Yeah,
Oh,
I bet there's
oh, good
I bet
eye
there's-
on that.
I bet there's 5 in this like room that you're in.
Yeah, that would be my
That's-
bet.
Oh, okay.
Not that we're gonna 100% this fucking game or anything,
No.
but
Might as well get something out of it while it's still easy.
Aha! Where can I go from here?
wherever you please. Don't you have the glide ability? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
it
it takes
sucks.
mana.
Oh my
And that.
god, this sucks. It's just falling in slow motion. It's not even like
Yeah.
you're not even getting any momentum out of it.
Yeah. Also, look, these are his little fingies. The tree's
Or
fingers.
toes.
I'm choosing. I'm choosing.
You're
to believe
choosing
their
to believe.
fingers.
You're just going
Yep.
in the tree at
Well-
this point.
Yeah, let's just go.
Not
in.
getting that one last one. Oh,
Not
no.
with this movement speed, no.
Careful, Malice. There's something awful in here. Whatever it is, it holds the second key.
If you go into the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise.
How'd you get this number?
So
Oh,
which
they read-
direction
they
you meant
read-
to go, left or right? Who's to say?
Oh well, apparently. So gear guy didn't know, but we know it's the mushroom boss.
Well, you gotta spell out objectives.
Its tail is its weak spot. Use the trap.
Ew.
Did it make
Oh.
a pinball bumper sound
did.
when you walked
Yes,
into
yes,
it?
it did.
Well, they don't really hurt me, so
Oh, well, okay.
I don't know how I missed these, but
I mean, you walked into them, they just didn't collect for some reason.
This thing doesn't seem like a threat, really.
Can't you just run around? If this is a circle, couldn't you run around to the other side
No,
and just...
but the tail is the weak
Yeah, I
spot,
need to hit
so
it in the tail
you wouldn't be
anyway.
able to...
Sure. ETPC says they were looking up what other 3D platformers came out in 2004. Malice's competition was Sonic Heroes, a Samurai Jack game, a Fairly Odd Parents game, a Jimmy Neutron game, Crash Twinsanity, which was also on the poll, and Blinks 2. Stiff competition.
Yeah, yeah. Alright. Yeah, this has been a bit... just very easy so far.
You don't say.
Outside of the camera, outside the camera control.
Yeah, level 1's pretty easy so far. I don't know.
I mean, this doesn't even feel like a level 1. Come on, come on. Nope.
You need to get closer before you start trying to hit it.
I know, but I don't know why the tail just disappears sometimes.
Listen, let me in. You need a colonoscopy. This is not normal.
Oh no, oh no.
Oh, now you're taking damage.
Yeah, because I got knocked to the front somehow there.
I say, you really know how to bash a fungus, my dear.
Pretty different to say, but fair enough.
2 out of 8.
Oh, maybe this is 3 to 4 hours.
It is whisked right away back to the hub
And-
world.
And you'll never get that last heart piece.
Whoa!
Alright. I am curious if what order you do the keys here matters.
Probably not, right?
No.
Well, you seem to be getting the hang of everything.
Yeah, did you see me with that fungus guy? I was like, eat my club, dude. And he was like, I'm so gonna kill you with mushrooms. And I was like, whatever.
That's so flat. That's such a bad performance.
Now, my dear, I have detected our third key.
Alright, is that good for a mic check? You want me to read the line again? What? No?
Worm Kingdom.
Okay, glowworms I can handle. What's this about a witch?
She's an old friend of the Siren Trees.
I may be a goddess, but a witch? Whew.
Bag.
Coming from you, that worries me.
I'm still, yeah, like what makes her a goddess
Find the
specifically?
witch's hovel.
Plot convenience. Crushing all the story into this game.
Listen, I know a lot of women who call themselves goddess. It's just self-confidence. That's all it takes.
You know what it strikes me as this world here? Wouldn't it have made sense if around the circle that they had all the warps to all the previous levels? You know, like in a Crash Bandicoot game?
That's what I was expecting.
I feel like what would make more sense is if this didn't spin all the time. You remember when I was when we were playing that please move it along. Remember when
I'm getting it. There we go.
we were playing like that Midnight Club on GBA, and like to do a mission you had to chase down and stay on the same screen as a guy for every single mission in the game.
Yeah, and you compared it to like be level select but hard, a menu if it was gamified. Yeah.
Yeah. Like this is close to what I was describing.
Completely distinct and unique world here.
The witch has locked herself in her hovel to stop the crows getting in.
Huh.
Quick, kill all the crows so you can go and talk to the witch.
Oh yeah, look at that. See that? There's a new heart there. So this is technically... So that's why you can't go back and get the hearts, because they've reused areas.
Well, I mean, no excuse not to get it now.
Oh, wait. 1 of 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, I was confused. Don't worry.
Wait, didn't it say you needed
10.
100?
They're saying
Okay,
5 in the level.
It's 10. Yeah.
You need 10
Okay,
to get a increase to your health. There were 5 in the stage, the previous version of the stage that we saw on the previous level. You collected 4 out of 5 of them. Now
Okay,
we've
so
collected
it's-
1 out of 5 in this version.
All right. No, I get it now. It's 100 total in the game, and then
Yeah.
10 to get a thing.
Okay, I realize there is a second hit. There's a backhand hit to the as well.
See, I was thinking that you need to get a health up, you need to get all 5 in one stage.
No.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that's what I was worried about for a second.
This
there.
is slightly more merciful than that.
Yeah, it's cumulative for whatever that's worth. But you know, now you'll never max out. And what a shame that is.
Wouldn't this have been better with some pop ska?
Yeah, no doubt would have really added to the ambiance here.
Oh, look what I found.
Yeah, you found green.
Yeah, I know the line changes over here. Yeah, there's just something really floaty about the way the game feels. Like, you do have some air control, which is nice. Oh. Don't know what's up with these rabbits.
They're there to taunt you.
Let me just check. Kill all the crows. Okay. You know, they're telling me what to do.
Bominator in chat says, the people who made Star Fox made this. You just gotta stop and remember that. Just let it sink in.
I mean, better frame rate, so they got better at stuff.
It's some improvements. One step forward, 2 steps back, as they say.
Oh, how do I miss this one? Okay.
What would you say this is running at, Johnny? 30? 25?
Yeah, somewhere between there. Like, I don't think it's... Yeah, I don't think it's locked 30, but I don't think it's going too much below.
I also would not have pegged these enemies as crows.
Yeah, they're very stylized crows.
Where are they?
On the other side of the tree.
Yeah.
Oh.
No other hearts I can see in this area. They must be in the next sectional level.
You remember that glide that you got? That glide power?
Mm-hmm.
Did you actually have to use that at all in the previous section? Did I blink and miss it? Or did he just give it to you and then like, okay,
no,
you don't need it?
Like, maybe to get some of the hearts?
It seemed functionally useless, for whatever that's worth.
We have to find the answer by ourselves.
Say something nice. Johnny, you're the one playing, so...
Oh, you might have to get back to me on that. Let me think so far.
It's nice that this game came out. Or maybe it's not. Who's to say? That's debatable.
I mean, you could see a little bit of remnants of their lighting tech, which would have been impressive for the time. I think just paired with how this game looks overall, though, it doesn't stand out that much.
Yeah, visually, this is fine. I wouldn't say it looks bad, besides maybe Malice's character model, but that's the style. That's what they were aiming for. She looked worse in the Xbox version, the prototype, the 2001 one. The one that was meant to be impressive because of the lighting that was being applied to her. She looked like she was shiny. She looked like she was made of metal.
The lock picking itself, that was cute. The lack of sound at the end there was not so cute, but I like the animation.
And there's the rest of the heart pieces. Make sure you get all the heart pieces before you talk to the witch.
But yeah, see, the shadow stuff they're doing here, I feel like for PS2, this is pretty good for like this kind of platformer.
Oh, little black thingies! I don't like them! Get them away!
You want me to whack him, Grandma?
Yes! Get them! They're after my savings, you know. Oh, I feel all queer just looking at them.
Ay.
Anyway.
That's interesting language, yeah, for 2000s.
I'm telling you, don't kill all the bugs yet. Get the hearts first.
Alright, let's go.
Because I get the feeling as soon as you kill the last bug, they're going to whisk you away out of the zone.
Alright. Okay. Will she let me...
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good.
Wait, there were so there were 5
There
hearts.
were 5 outside.
Where the fuck were they?
Yeah.
So, 15. So we're, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're minus the one that we saw in the first area. That means we've gone into like 15 hearts out of the 100 that are in this game.
I don't know where the hearts could have been in the other section.
Yeah. I could see all these ones though.
Unless maybe there's the entire likelihood here that they miscounted. That the one that you quote-unquote missed in the first version of the tree stage is the 1 out of 5 that you picked up the second go-around.
Oh, okay. That is definitely what the glide is for, and they did the glide bad.
Oh.
Now go get the thing first.
Sorry, the book distracted me. You know, if I had time, I'll do some research. I'll see if I can find them all.
Now go kill the bugs.
All right.
Yes. Oh, hey, you have 6 hearts now.
We're moving on up in the world.
I'm gonna regret saying this, but I might want to give this a shot at some point here.
You're compelled looking at this?
Yeah.
I mean, I just take one look at this and I'm like, nope. That's why I'm not playing it. Because I can't be fair to these games.
This doesn't look fun?
Not particularly, no. Especially the part where the bugs keep going underground, so your timing has to be as they're emerging from their hole.
Is that like a bespoke attack that, like, huge windup you're doing?
That's a circle button.
Ah.
Which, unlike the square button, actually has a bit of... Oh. Oh dear, okay, well, you don't have any... Despite lifting off the air, you're still on the ground.
Yes.
So watch out for that.
You're still susceptible to lows.
But there's a little forward momentum to it. That's why I'm using it. And AoE on it. Oh, it's not... That missed? Does it only work? Okay.
They're invincible when they're climbing out of the hole and climbing back into the hole.
Yes, they have to be all the way out.
So that half a second. Yeah. Holy fuck, this is tedious.
Yeah, but I'm also starting to think that it's got like an impact circle. I think it's a lie.
Yeah, I think it might just
No,
be...
yeah. I think it's really just the tip of your thing. Oh, that didn't kill it?
That stuns it so you can hit it with
Oh, God, okay.
You still have that small window to do it, but... No,
Why didn't that count?
You were too slow. Timing is very tight.
Slime Generator says this looks like a crappy Donkey Kong 64 minigame. The crappiest.
Yep. Well done.
Well, this is where we're going to get 1 hour of gameplay out of this. Yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
Get Chelsea Manning on the line. Ask her how to beat this section.
We need her help now more than ever.
Okay, I'm realizing that the bugs, they're not random. They're coming out very set points and then going into set points. Like they're on some sort of routine. See, this one's going like back and forth. Okay, there is some AoE. Oh. Yeah.
That may have been Gwen Stefani, because I hear that some of the grunt noises, some of the like, the vocal shouts and whatnot are still Gwen Stefani voice lines.
Interesting.
Though she is not credited in the final version of this game, so...
Weird. You think they have time enough to re-record those? And 1. Do you have anything to say about that?
Remember when you were worried that we'd get through the section too fast to collect the hearts?
What?
Aren't you a little treasure? Killing all those...
That was confusing. The camera panned up and... I guess they're saying she teleported? It just looked like there was a new model there as well as the old one.
You wax those lips. Besides, I'm in kind of a hurry. Need to find some kind of glowworm dudes.
Glowworms? Oh, yes. They live just through that pipe. Tiny little fellas they are. Can't say I care for 'em much. Giving off light at all hours of the day and night. Oh, it's a disgrace.
Well, how am I gonna get down there?
The pipe, stupid.
And under that tap there. It's magic. It shrinks everything until it's really tiny.
Maybe it's not magic. Maybe you're just not following the washing instructions. This tap here, yeah?
What?
Do you
Huh?
think her delivery is flat because like she's supposed to be a goddess and she's like above everything? She's detached.
Well,
from
No,
the
it's because
mortal
there's bad
realm?
direction in the booth. That's it.
Bad direction.
Yeah, but maybe it's my thing.
I mean, there's also she's definitely going for that whatever kind of vibe, but too much to the point where
Okay, so liquid that makes her shrink. So if we find food that makes her grow, then we're definitely Never mind. Forget what I said about shrink.
Now then, before you go, how about a
So they did sneak Kid Malice in here. Okay.
having a wisecracking youngster about the place?
Same voice. We'll never know.
I love it cuts the gameplay for one frame and then the next cutscene plays.
Isn't this whimsical?
But the lack of sound
yes.
effects is really...
Hold the
You
shot a
couldn't even-
little longer, please.
Couldn't even get someone in the booth just to go whoosh. Oh yeah, really
You know,
tiny.
when she said shrink so you're really tiny, this is not what I envisioned.
No.
Yeah,
I thought we were going for the Alice in Wonderland thing, right?
Yeah, that's what I assumed. The Malice in Wonderland, if you will.
Still, if she finds food that makes her an old lady, then I'm going to consider myself correct still. Oh, that was ominous.
Excellent. Boost magic. Press R2 and press the circle button at the same time. You'll get a boost for Slash and Quake while the magic lasts.
This is where we see if the R2 button works.
Oh yeah. That's also how I glide.
Why would it not work?
We had a little bit of an issue binding it earlier in the evening.
Oh yeah, that's a massive boost. Instead of taking 2 hits to kill these guys, it takes 2 hits.
No, isn't it for your Quake attack, though?
He said both.
Oh.
He named 2 attacks. You are now small enough to sneak through the pipe. Alright.
Like, you would have been small enough if you crouched. Right?
But a goddess would not demean herself by getting on her hands and knees like that.
In fact, your head is, like, bigger now, I think.
Yeah. And also, as shown, you're not invincible when you're starting up the slam, so it sucks. Oh, I'm not allowed those hearts, apparently.
The hearts fade away because you took too long to collect them because you had to get whisked away to that cutscene.
It wasn't even that long, though.
You snooze, you lose.
I've been paying attention. Like, you have very little time to collect stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That happened during that boss fight, too.
I'm also curious to see how this looks on Xbox, if it was, like, more substantially, like, graphically capable.
Malice, we'll all die! Kill all the spiders, please!
Please.
Oh, okay, so proper platforming now.
What are these yellow things?
I don't know.
They haven't described. They haven't explained them yet.
Yeah.
Watch out! You only have 2 health left. There you go.
Okay.
I wonder if your slam attack is an AoE when you have the thing up.
Okay, well, I
now
think
would not be the time to test it.
I think it is an AoE. It was just the bugs
A better
were hard to
AoE.
hit, yeah.
A better AoE,
Oh, yeah.
I should say.
Okay, yeah, I'll test that. So one thing, this game does move a mile a minute.
It certainly moves.
And when you cut out like most of the game, then yeah, what's left goes real fast. Okay. A question for y'all. Although Cass is probably not going to give me the answer I want. This game aside, in general, what are our thoughts on double jumps?
They're cool.
Yeah. Cool. I've heard discussion from people about it being undermining a platformer because it means that you didn't design the game around like one jump in mind. But I've always seen it as some sort of like, you know, it's an opportunity to save yourself if you mess up a jump. Obviously, if you're just using it for height gain, then it's a bit weird. Why not just give the character one big jump?
I think.
But there's at least enough air control in this game that I could see the double jump, especially because you can. Hang on, let's see if I can.
Do you need to collect that thing, or do you need to go across that bridge?
I would collect the thing first.
Yeah. But you're not limited to jumping just at the peak of your height with this double jump. So I think it's meant for correcting.
Be praised. My humble prayers have been answered. Thank you.
What is this thing?
Bounteous God.
And what accent is it going for?
Ever on high.
It's like a little Scottish, but not quite.
An unworthy gift of speed, magic, or hot one.
Speed? I don't know.
Hot one. She's a kid.
It will help us though.
Oh, you know what they mean? She's supposed to be the deity of fire or whatever. She's supposed to be, that's what she's supposed to be the goddess of, but that doesn't come through in this version of the game, so that line is just,
Collect speed magic reward.
Speed will be useful, Malice. Press R. Swiftness. It'll get you.
Here,
Send that
finish
to
the game
advice
even
for
faster.
gamers.
Neat. Hey, groveling wormy guy. You seen a kind of key dilly anywhere around here?
Ah, no. Great Malice, forgive me. I have failed you. But perhaps...
Man, it'd be so annoying being God and having to deal with losers like this, groveling at your feet. I'd get so sick of it.
You got unworthy gods?
Next to you, great Malice, they are at best...
But what's this weird, like, furry hat he's wearing? That's what I don't get.
Through the second...
What? I don't know what part of this is his body. I don't know what part of that is his head.
I think he's supposed to be a big version of these little guys.
Yeah.
I can't tell if he's a VeggieTale or not. Anyway, to answer my own question from earlier.
Hey, look at that.
No, now he's not. There he goes. To answer my own question from earlier, I like double jumps. And I was just thinking about that because I was just watching a Nitro Red video. And he brought up again that he's not really a fan of the double jump in a platformer. But especially when it's a double jump that gives you control, I like it because it lets me kind of explore the environments a bit more, try to find ways to break stuff.
You know, it's cool and all, but, I can double jump in real life, too, so it's not really that impressive or anything, because I'm just double jumping every day, so... Get the heart piece to your right.
Yeah.
Trying to finagle the camera?
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to make it back
What
up
was that
thing.
sound she made there?
What was that?
She yanked her
That
heart out
one
and put a
hurt.
new one in, so it hurt.
Also,
you made it.
You almost have all your spells now.
Yeah. Also, I don't know why you have to hold R2 to do any of the spells, but I'm now going to try and remember which one's to hover. Okay.
Yeah, it's jump, so...
Oh, sneaky. Oh, okay, they are taking more damage that I'm little now. So I guess that's what the boost's for.
Sci42 asked, okay, jokes aside, when was the last time you actually jumped IRL? Good question.
Is that a question to all of us?
I think so.
I have an apple tree in my back garden, and I tried to jump to get some of the apples out of it. And with my leg issues, that was a bad idea.
I don't know. I was walking between some stores the other day. I probably had to jump over some sort of barrier.
I hop a lot of fences for work sometimes, so I don't know, pretty frequently, at least once or twice a week.
I've lost my babies.
I would jump right now, but not a great idea. I'm on a bed.
Okay. Can't you people do anything for yourselves?
I need 20. Lose my social security. Oh, hurry.
Oh,
the
okay.
ramifications of what
You have all 20.
Oh, I've got...
Well...
It only costs 1 health.
Oh, okay.
Get this itch.
Oh,
We have to go
where
through
are
this
you?
whole fucking thing again.
Yeah, they sent me back there for some reason.
Awesome checkpoint. Wait, so what
Okay,
is
so
that?
the yellow ones give you more mana than the blue ones.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why you couldn't collect it earlier, because you were full up.
okay, so anything that looks like cobblestone that has a texture.
Yeah,
on it,
I'm seeing it now.
How are you supposed to
Like
get
the
that
one that
little
he's
guy
standing
then?
on.
Yeah.
I gotta...
Move.
Yeah.
But what if you break it and then you don't collect them
Oh,
in
okay.
time?
I forget what it's called. It's I think the Phantom's Wile E. Coyote.
Coyote time? Is that what
Yeah.
you're thinking of?
Well,
Uh-oh.
it's the...
Oh.
What? Nope. Don't question it.
Okay, that's not what I was trying to show. No. Watch me walk off the ledge, but I could still jump afterwards. You see, there's
Yeah,
like a latch.
yep,
She
I
doesn't
saw.
immediately fall. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you jumped afterwards. Yeah.
Well, I tried to.
Video Game
There it
King
is.
pointing out, which I didn't even put together, but I think this is
Whoa!
correct. Is that a fucking welfare queen joke? Is the idea here that the slug lady had so many kids that she could get Social Security? I think that's
Yeah,
actually right. I think the read is actually correct on that.
Do they have ignorant American? Do they have Social Security in England?
Well, it's
The
not
UK?
called Social Security. Oh god. Oh, I should have put this on.
It's like having a speed boost in Spelunker. It's just a trap.
Oh, you made it. You got it.
And with this camera too.
You missed that one. You missed that one.
That's okay. That's okay. Like I said, the double jump, you can jump quite late.
Do you want to try speeding up again?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Can you just destroy those? Yeah, there you go. Now, Cass.
Yes.
I know you're not a fan of platformers, so you're maybe not the best to judge this. I'm someone who enjoys a platformer, 3D platformer from time to time. So I'm going to stake my claim and say, I don't think these levels are well designed.
No, they definitely don't strike me as. You definitely gotta get all those boxes. There should be heart pieces hidden in more of those, aren't there?
Yeah. Okay, it
You
looks
got
like
all 20.
yeah. I was trying to figure out if some of those platforms came back or not.
Nope, it doesn't look like any of them come back.
Alright.
You gotta live with the choices you've made.
Yeah. Okay, at least these levels are opening up a little bit. I think I see another heart over here. Hang on. Ah, I should have.
Never mind.
Should have glid.
Magic Meows in chat saying the design makes you think of Croc 1, and that's not a compliment. Well, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we'll get that Malice remaster.
I hope not.
Weird. Okay. In some... Let's see. Okay, when I was messing with this earlier, one of the buttons was supposed to be like, oh, put the camera behind your back, but it doesn't seem to be working right now.
You know where I can find some place called Bonehenge?
Oh, yes, it's through here, past the pit puzzle. Glorious goddess, you who rule from the top of the tree.
Yeah,
They forgot to cut her off in the...
Yeah.
Get to this Bonehenge place before you kiss my butt to oblivion.
Oblivion, that's a game I'd rather be playing right now.
If you were at someone's house and you were like, hey, I need to use the restroom, where's that? And they were like, oh, it's right there past the pit puzzle. Like, you would just be like, no, thank. Actually, I can hold it.
Yeah, speaking of Croc, I think if you hold the jump button, she has the little... Like, she kicks more.
It's an homage.
Yeah, it happened more in the adult form, I think.
Maybe one day we'll return to that adult form. Who's to say? I think you need to do the mushroom puzzle to get the... Oh, no,
there.
wait. That works too.
Close.
Well, tried. Okay. Wait for the camera to stop moving, then...
Nope.
Nope.
There you go. I was about to say, I was wondering if you were looking at it wrong in 4-dimensional space.
Unfortunately, I can't really pan the camera up, so I don't know if there's anything on these.
No, I think
mushrooms.
that is just in case you broke the box. They give you an
I think that
alternate
was-
means. Yeah.
For the sake of getting that.
Yeah, if you push the right stick forward, it just zooms in, and then left to zoom out, and it kind of looks down.
So I will say that the crows here are replacement for, in the original version, the PS1 version, these were bad juju men. Or something to that effect. And there was like a witch doctor casting curses on you to transform you mid-level. That's why we had that gif of the big head mode from the PS1 version of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And what that witch was saying earlier.
Okay, I did that.
No good.
Yeah, no bueno and all. I think they're timed.
Yes.
Oh,
But
dear.
how would you hit?
You start from the far end.
Yeah, start from the far, and then
I know. I just want to.
the timing just seems still tight. I don't think you're going to be able to hit it and then get on that thing. You're going to have to like make it all the way down.
No, they make you stand on it for like a half second. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do that.
Okay.
You're going to have to play according to the rules.
What was that?
This is very much not going to help you.
It seemed like a good idea. I'd have tried this too. In
If
fairness.
it controlled good, it would have been a great idea.
I think you got it. Oh wait.
Okay, this one moves.
That one is
moves
slow
slower.
to let you. Okay.
Okay.
So do that again, but like.
But do it right this time.
Yeah, less fapping about.
Yeah.
Right, quickly.
Well, oh.
There you go.
I really can't describe how much I feel like I'm fighting against the game to get anywhere.
Oh, great.
No, I can see it.
We must away to Bonehenge.
Why are they all wearing bat hats?
All right, and I think I missed hearts again.
Who gives a fuck at this point?
I know, it's just confusing because, oh, you know, there was a alternative path in that little indoor area I didn't go to.
Because all the florks kept falling out underneath you.
Sorry? What do you mean, get it right this time?
Silence. Something approaches our unworthy realm.
Great camera angle on this guy.
Yeah.
No, not that. No.
That's your god? Jeez, you guys need a better religion.
Malice, forgive me.
Oh my god.
Queen, she'll kill us all.
Oh, hey, we've got our first boss fight.
Well, the mushroom guy didn't count in the big tree.
Oh,
I really
this one
don't
has
wanna-
a life bar.
No,
Yeah.
the other one had a life bar too. It had 4 hits.
Well, no, on the screen.
Yes,
Oh,
it
no,
had
no,
it had on
it
the screen in
did.
the top right
It did,
corner.
yeah.
It did?
Mhm.
I didn't even notice that.
No, I think you need to actually play
Yeah,
the
I
game.
think you. Yep.
Okay, well, how do I...
I love the armpit trombone sound effects you're using here to quote the EGM.
Well,
well, I don't know
I
how you
feel
hit
like-
this one.
I feel like something involved.
Are you just
Oh,
like
no,
stuck in this, or
Yeah.
There
we
you go.
get all those hearts? Yeah.
All right, you figured it out. I would suggest once she starts doing that, maybe you use your boost spell to hit harder, since you seem to get
Oh, yeah,
one
yeah.
hit.
It doesn't look like those mana charges replenish, so don't waste them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, also, I've
Well,
seen with... As you can
To
probably
be
guess, I
fair,
don't-
you can't pick them up if you're full on mana. So
So I just have to wait?
I guess so. Yeah, you have to wait out this pattern.
And maybe don't stand
jeez.
directly underneath her.
Oh, that wasn't what I was trying to do.
See, I don't know how you avoid that. Beat your souls. That's not where we were, right?
Oh no.
Oh, is this Maximo?
You need to reclaim your life. You say Maximo, I say
so.
Drake of the 99 Dragons.
Yeah. I'm somehow more familiar with Drake of the Dynasty Dragons than Maximo right now, so that's what I was thinking too.
What are those things?
That's well, I'm gonna go see. Well, I got
1
one.
to 10.
Oh, you need to
Oh,
click all 10 of
what
these
if
to
you-
open the gate. I bet.
Oh,
Wow, what a fucking punishment for dying.
Just because all
Oh,
soul can return,
And now you go to double hell. Good job.
everyone's got to go looking for one. What's so good about life anyway? All that jumping and bashing and puzzle solving? It's all
Hey, I'm gonna go get a drink. You want anything?
Yeah, with the heaviest, the hardest drink you got.
Like I said, you went to double hell.
oh, now I've got a timer.
No, dude, you're. Oh my god, I was right. You are in double hell. Now you have to get your life back in the place where you have to get your life back.
Well, at least the timer didn't reset when I did that.
Well, you got 30 seconds before your save date is erased.
Is that... No, is that what's going on, or is it I just have to wait 30 seconds before I can do anything?
That would be very Drake of the 99 Dragons-esque.
If you are ghost with the game ends, you must collect your soul stone. Oh,
red
okay.
smoke.
Yeah, I see it. What a weird...
What a bad idea. What a miserable, shitty, punishing, tedious idea.
Oh!
Well, time to get your soul stone back. Anyway, I'm gonna get that
she's
drink.
So slippery. Giant sneakers.
I can't believe this.
Yeah.
I'm literally in shock right now, looking at this fucking thing and how much work they're demanding of you because you dared to die during the game.
Yeah.
This is where, like, if I was a kid, I would just fucking quit. I would just be like, no thanks. No, that's cool. That's all right. No, I don't need to keep playing anyway. That's all right.
And see, as a kid, I didn't have many choices. So if this was the one I had rented at the time, which is probably where I would have played it, then work with me, camera, please. And I would have just powered through. Okay, before we get those lot, I better get the ones at the start I missed, like this one.
I suppose so.
Oh, God. Okay. It's because when I land, if I have to, like, let go of the stick before I land and stop myself. She's slippery. Oh.
Yeah, momentum in this game is a problem.
Also, just because I want to show it, you can't even get your toes wet. Oh, right.
Who okayed this?
I mean, if they were that desperate to get something out,
you would just skip this portion entirely. You would just cut this completely and just have a life system.
Yeah, but we've already gone through a couple of sections that are like, oh, they probably could have cut this.
I guess there'd be no game left at that point. Huh?
Yeah.
I guess this is one way to extend playtime. Get on that ghostly galleon.
I don't have my glide here, so I gotta be a little careful. Okay, we've got 3 more. I can see there's one over there.
Mersbun in chat says, "Ooh, the bloom. Nintendo hired this man." They did. They hired Argonaut, and then they fucking burned him on the contract stuff, and we ended up with Croc Legend of the Gobos for it, and eventually this.
All right, where's the last 2?
Frank Gothic asked the question, so if you double die and try to return, is that a full-on persistent game over? Imagine if it was like Iron Man mode, where if you die here, it just erases your save.
Okay, I don't think I've been this way.
No, I think this is the way. Be extra fucking careful here.
Yeah.
And then the question is, where are they going to fucking respawn you when this is done? When you're done with this amazing, incredible section? Oh, fuck off.
What?
Get back to the mainland. Oh, no, wait. Is that red? Move quick.
Because, oh, okay. So that's what actually happens if you take damage and not just fall into the void. Oh, dear.
I can't believe this still.
See, because the zombies weren't really messing with me. I didn't assume those were going to be enemies. But apparently these things hurt if you touch them.
On the ship over there. That's got to be where the last one is, right? Oh, wait.
No.
Wait. It's loading the Beach of Souls again? A fucking pardon?
I guess it's loading a cutscene?
I'm baffled.
I guess I'm going that way? This is taking long enough that maybe this is a one-time thing.
Without the lighthouse, how will the ships come in? It'll crash against the rocks like all the others.
Are they giving us side quests in this revival?
Jump across the mast and rig in with the firefly chasing you.
Okay, energy drink number 2.
The lighthouse?
We're on the second part of the reincarnation.
Once this is done, assuming this ever is done, but once this is done, maybe you should look at menus and see how saving works.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
How are we to know, you know? It's...
I know, I understand, but now that we've been here and we've seen the threat of just straight up a game over...
Remember, you only have 30 seconds with the Firefly.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out...
Yeah, where you go next from here. Probably across that masthead, yeah.
Yeah.
You're absolutely going to run out of time.
No float, right? Yeah.
Nope. Okay. At least my thingy's right here.
Video Game King highlighted their message in chat to say there's an entire section for the Beach of Souls in the walkthrough for this on Game Facts. I don't know if that means that this is like a bespoke level you're doing, or if this is something that is just if it's going to
supposed to go here at some point.
Yeah, it's making me think this is a bespoke level.
What's going to happen if you die in the
turned
future?
into one.
Oh, camera.
Do the level again.
Oh.
It's in the name of the game,
somehow.
Malice.
You ran out of lightning bug. Fuck off. Yeah, it's better to do this. You'll literally save time doing this.
Yep. Oi, oi, oi.
See, I thought AGDQ was supposed to start later this week, not now.
Okay, so what is the best?
It just has to be like that.
Across?
One on the left.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
There you go. There you go.
Oh.
It's that coyote time you were talking
Look at
about
that. We're
earlier.
inventing the speedrun strats live.
All right.
Well, it's
just
it's
get it
good.
there.
What I
There
had to
you
do
go.
is I had to double jump really late to make that. That can't have been the intended way.
All right. There you go. Okay.
Stubby the Bee says, you ever think at some point Gwen Stefani told her husband Blake Shelton that she was Malice or just some hollaback girl?
Beat Your Souls Part 3.
Hey, God, this is still going! You collected the heart pieces!
I think it added to our total.
It did.
Well, that's nice.
If you are harmed here, you become a ghost. Okay, that's the same as before. Oh. The camera wasn't coming with us for a second there. Oh, okay, yeah, this is the first part of the level again.
Magic Meow says, I know that's a joke, but I would bet Stefani doesn't remember this shit at all.
Look at them! Ingrates! Searching the beach for them just because all those with a soul...
Okay, that's repeating the dialogue.
I was wondering if, like...
Hey, that's save time.
Yeah, honestly, I was wondering if, like, you were losing time on your permanent game over thing while that cutscene was going. But it did not seem so.
Okay, I assume...
No, I think I saw some white highlights in the other direction.
Oh, look at these zombies with their typical floating zombie powers.
And phasing in and out of existence.
Don't
They're
look at
getting
that
beamed
one.
away to heaven and hell.
Back again? You goddesses! You're an administrative nightmare!
That guy's giving it socks, but this whole bit is just, it's the Conquer Bad Fur Day bit where you die and death.
There we go.
And he moans at you.
Yay! We're back in the
back at the-
game!
Hey, wasn't this the start of this area before the boss? Like, before we did everything?
No. This area, I think, is just a boss room.
Okay. I was
We're
worried.
good.
Yeah, this is repeat dialogue.
Save.
Start save. Ay, ay, ay. You know, just to be safe, I'm also going to do a quick save here.
Yep.
I'm tempted to know what happens
if you die again. If you just go have to
maybe,
do all
maybe
that
we'll
shit again.
Maybe we'll see it organically. Who knows?
I'm not sure how you avoid these attacks.
Probably use speed to run away from them.
Oh, using speed is its own issue. Like, do I have a way to entice her to go into the weak spot, or is it just literally... Okay, walk in a straight line if she does the butt. Okay.
Well, then that's gonna chase you. Okay. Power up. And bonker.
Ah, I did do more damage.
Get the heart.
They don't ask. No, okay. Well, while I'm here... Oh, God, just the atrocious noises.
Hey, at least they have sound effects now. There was so much of the game that just was completely, like, silent theater.
Yeah.
Theater of the mind.
Oh. Okay. I want to try and avoid damage from this attack that makes the, like, barrier around. I'm trying to... Yes, I get it.
I think ultimately just replenish your health once you...
Nope. I think you just take damage when that butts. There's no camera control in this part, by the way.
If I had to guess, it would be jump.
No, Johnny was jumping before, and it still caught him.
I'll try though. Well, what happened that time is I got stuck in the border of the circle. Oh, she's upgraded. See that?
I don't like this particular bit of design where... So, you can tell that Johnny's going to get her in 3 hits. But that's only because he uses the power-up spell every time he hits her. So basically, you just have to pay attacks to get this fight done in a timely fashion.
Mm-hmm. Also, not a fan of boss fights that are waste time for a while and then you get the opportunity to hit them. Instead of making, like, an actual skill to opening up their weak point.
There you go.
Huh?
4 hits.
Oh, just a sliver of health. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
This is hell we're in.
Oh, for funsies. Okay, at least here, there's not... Yeah, look, she can't even keep up now. That's kind of funny. Alright, well...
Eat that, Sonic the Hedgehog!
I was trying to do a spin test while we were waiting for her to move on. Oh. One thing I've noticed is when you take damage, your iframe is like 10 seconds or something. See, like that didn't hit. That didn't hurt.
Power up anyway, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Oh, first rate.
Great.
That should hurt Dog God a little too. Come, fetch the key.
But yeah, morally, Dog God is
has the power
reeling from that.
Size. How thoroughly fortunate.
Did you get that bit of dialogue there? Did you hear that where they said that the key will conveniently transform you back to?
Yeah. Yep.
Back to the orrery.
It's not even coming up with justifications for this shit at this point. Literally just riffing on the fact that this game is a cobbled together fucking mess.
I couldn't find it again. I thought I'd read something that implied that some of the progress they'd made in one version, they couldn't actually use in this release. But I can't remember where I read that, so I don't know if that's actually true. But like you know, like some of the assets they had been working on would have stayed with the publisher and not them, kind of thing.
It would appear
I don't think so.
he rests.
They said this was cobbled together from existing levels and stuff.
Yeah.
Be it
I mean, but if you told me that it was like like the levels they made that were based on the PS1 layouts, I would believe you.
but only with
Like this does feel like a PlayStation 1 game.
I think this is part. I think it's part and parcel of the design. I think that's just
like a concrete mule.
them dragging development on for so long and repurposing things over and over again and continuing to not to iterate on the design of the levels, but only on the tech surrounding it.
I'll give the game one thing. You look at the book. The book tells you exactly what to do. So if you're ever stuck, oh right, you press a button.
Yep.
I don't know why I forgot that.
Because you would assume,
come
like,
on.
Portal, jump through it. Tiger Chimera asks, wait, how many of these keys do you need? Meat Shield says, too many. Only 5 more. We're at 3 out of 8.
Yeah. I mean, the levels are getting longer, though.
I mean, it doesn't
So-
help that we died once and apparently had to go to a different level.
To release a bot. These little robots will help you to perform tasks and unlock doors or puzzles.
Keep introducing mechanics.
Oh, camera. Okay, I gotta do my test. Oh, okay. I'll give him that. The camera doesn't get stuck on things, it just does the zoom in. So they at least didn't have that issue.
Oh, wasn't that originally one of their issues in like the PS1 version?
Yeah.
According to that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
and falling
I've-
through the world.
But I've played some PS2 and later platformers where cameras get stuck on like physical objects in the world. Heck, a remake of a game came out last year that had that issue.
Call him over. Press it again if you want him to stop. If you can attract the bot, he'll spark the disc and open the door.
Make sure to grab the heart piece first. Your left.
Okay. Oh yeah.
That's a hidden one. That's a tricky one.
Not sure what the instruction here was.
Okay. Press triangle to activate the magnetic rocks to attach them. Okay, we're just doing Pipe Mania.
I think you stand next to that thing and press triangle.
And it's gonna attract him.
Or it'll just open the door.
Was that a puzzle?
Well, no. See, I think it's because he stepped on a thing to power it.
Yeah, it
Like,
just
when he
happened
stepped
so
on
quickly that...
Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, so I think we're gonna see it. I was gonna moan about them having to do this to activate. Well, no, I'm still gonna moan about it. You have to use the crank to get them to spawn one of these each time, and they're doing that presumably if you need to reset the puzzle for any reason. But also, you could have just had them respawn quicker than that. Okay, so we gotta go down here. Yep, there we go.
Flip that
It's very
switch.
easy to to stun lock those enemies.
Sign. Swipe the switch.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, and there's a heart piece behind the robot. Don't forget it.
Yeah.
And also check that other box to see if there's a heart piece inside that. Yeah!
It's messed up that some of those have heart pieces in them. Because
Well, it
the
makes you
icon
want to
on
destroy
them-
everything.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So in the cutscene, we saw there was a heart piece behind that thing.
It might. Is it? No.
Oh, okay,
it's-
okay. I was looking at it from the
Yeah.
wrong side.
This is still not a puzzle though. He's just gonna walk forward.
Doesn't slowly introduce elements. Now you know that it can walk over a bridge.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. They do have iframes. That's the like red blinking, I think. Yeah, it's just does not last very long.
You know, it's something I never liked in platformer games, despite how
Do tell.
ubiquitous it became. Enemies taking more than one hit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see that.
You're joining my quick time to kill club.
Yeah.
I sent out a newsletter.
Aha.
I say that
okay,
partially because
that's the way forward.
I say that partially because I'm like 16 or 17 hours deep into Sonic Frontiers right now, and like so much of that game is like mashing out combos and doing a bunch of different like things strung together, and it's like it's a Sonic game. All I want to do is jump on a guy.
Yeah,
and
that
goes
game that
bump.
yeah, they seem to have wanted to go in a hack and slash direction with that one.
Why don't you give us an
Yeah, I don't
impromptu
like it.
review of Sonic Frontiers here? Because I don't imagine anything interesting is going to happen in this game for the foreseeable future.
Oh,
just open that door that time. Okay.
Oh, there's a hard piece ahead.
Use a conveyor belt.
well, I was going to give a very short version of the review on the podcast.
Oh yeah, podcast.boardgamehalloffame.com, folks. Check it out.
Yeah. But I was going to give a very short one there because...
I don't even need to fight. Oh, never mind.
If I were to go into all my thoughts on Sonic Frontiers, it would be like an hour to an hour and a half. Yeah. I'll say here what I'm going to say on the podcast, or reiterate in the podcast, which is I don't think it's a bad game, but I don't like it.
Yeah, that's disgusting, especially with that camera angle you had there.
Whoop. Oh, they're leveling up. Okay, that guy takes one hit. Alright. Oh, dear.
This is going to be fun.
Okay, well, first, let's...
Here you go.
Yeah. Okay, this
seems
is
to
just
be
a
nothing.
dead end, yep.
Yeah, this is where the track resolves. So you're going to have to go against the flow here.
And I'm not going to use the speed, because that's a trick. That's a trick to trap me into falling off. I'm just going to jump. There we go.
And load screen.
Any secrets? Any secrets? No.
I thought for a second there that wasn't going to load. That was just going to be like, no, we ran out.
Yep.
Welcome to Piston Hell.
Could even put like a JPEG at the end of a tunnel to look like a level fin. Alright.
Okay, so I think now the bot might be in danger when you do stuff.
That's coming dangerously close to having a mechanic in this game.
Aha!
Oh, there you go.
Oh, well, I missed another heart.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's just funny because there's so many times where it's just, well, where were they?
And the game is so explicit about the fact you'll never see these hearts again. You'll never come back to these stages. Fuck you. Doesn't that encourage you to just replay the game, though? I mean, that's a great way to really maximize your values, because players are going to want to 100% this.
It looks like I missed the heart in that last room. Start over.
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know what you interacted with to make that work, but...
Yeah, triangle button knows all. Okay, yep. Gotta do this. Hang on, it takes a while. That doesn't need to be that long. Who does that serve, making animation that long?
It serves Argonaut by letting them say that the game is approximately 30 minutes longer cumulatively for having those animations.
Alright, look, we made him go there.
Do you think this mechanic will persist past the stage, or is this the first and last we're seeing of the robots?
Oh, now I gotta time this somehow. Okay.
I'm gonna say do it just as the hammer's coming down on that spot. Yep.
Yeah.
No, that thing takes like a...
Huh?
Huh?
Oh no, we gotta double time it. Okay.
I understand what happened. What?
Huh?
Okay.
Oh, it
sure.
fell.
Yeah.
You gotta turn it off before it goes all the way.
Oh, can you turn the fins off?
Yeah, you can press triangle to stop it mid gate.
Okay, good. I was worried I was gonna have to run all the way to the other one.
Yeah, so turn the camera around so you can see it on the approach. That's so unnecessarily mean. Stop.
Okay, that should be good.
Yeah, I think that'll be okay.
That's so fucking sloppy on their parts.
Oh, yeah, it corrected
And
itself.
stop. Or maybe if it gets all the way there, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. There's like a round stopper thing for that. Oh.
No,
Someone's
don't care.
shooting at me.
Goodbye.
Yeah. I got platforming to do. Oh, the book just updates all the time. Oh. Huh?
Oh.
What happened there?
Oh.
Ah!
Huh.
This game's being made while we play it.
They're developing the game in real time, as I used to say.
Yeah.
Hey, this puzzle's gonna fucking suck.
Okay. Ah, see, that's what I wanted. A massive JPEG.
There you go.
Asking ye shall receive.
Stop. Okay, at least it stops the second I press the button. There's not like a delay because of the animation.
I bet
Actually,
you'll
I'm
walk
just
off
gonna
the
be-
side anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to be extra safe.
I don't think it
A
made
little
any
more extra
progress.
safe.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, this is so fun. Because you have to wait.
Video Game King says, imagine if you got sent to the Beach of Souls because your robot died. And Frank Gothic says, the horrible thought had crossed my mind too. Thank Christ.
Oh.
They
Now
didn't
to
go that way.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, I've said this before, but there is a moment when playing a game where if I have this thought, then there has been like a failure of level design or boss design, and that's the moment I think, yeah, I get it.
Yep. Yeah, no, exactly, yeah. Okay.
Like, I get it. We're done. We can stop.
Okay, so he is currently...
Yeah, you
there.
use this, get him onto the moving platform, and then stop him on the moving platform.
Ooh,
So
okay.
far away.
So first, let's get him there. And, because you have to time it not there.
Yeah.
I have to...
Yep, I think you got it.
There you go.
Stop.
Stop him.
And
All
now
right.
move over to this one.
Now,
No.
There's a delay when you start it. When you stop it, it instantly cuts off. But I forgot there's a wind up. Okay, and we're still waiting for him to hit the floor, I guess.
Maybe you just go make another one.
Yeah.
Maybe that last time was an accident when we saw that breaking animation.
Yeah. God, just all the like they're so extra, the animations. Like I get, they're well animated and the song's proud of them, but they don't need to be this long. So yeah, annoyingly, when you press the button to start him moving, that has like, see, like this is me
like a
pressing
quarter
the
second delay.
button. Now,
Half-second
Nope.
delay.
yeah, that's close to a full second. That's not far off. But when you press the button to stop him, he stops on a dime. Okay.
Meat Shield says no second cutscene for it dying. I think the cutscene was a mistake. I think that the game actually got confused, and it thought that it got crushed by a crusher.
Okay, I'm playing it safe. I'm gonna wait for the crusher again.
Yeah, I don't like that pattern.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be done.
And then it's this one, right? Okay.
Remember, the full second, so it has to be...
Yeah. Right on the fucking edge, too. There we go.
Fake. I was worried they weren't going to give me that. I was worried they were going to say, "Now you walked past it." Oh, and now these guys exist. Yes.
Goodbye.
Yes.
Start over.
Oh yeah, you only lose 1 health.
Thank God. Small miracles.
Okay.
You know, they were giving those powers out like candy, and that last one's just been sitting around unused.
That was weird. Oh.
This is weirder.
Oh.
Huh?
All right.
Don't worry, that saves time in the long run.
Yeah. I do have the heart over here I can get. Where am I actually going though? That's my question.
Kill that crow just to...
Oh.
You could get that. All right.
Huh?
Cool.
Oh. That is funny.
What a
Oh,
hateful
no.
little game. Say goodbye to that heart piece.
You could say this game is malicious.
Yeah.
I think that was a Vita game.
Can they print that on the back of the box?
Okay, so...
Huh?
Uh-oh.
What?
Okay. No, I guess we're fine.
I was getting stuck. Fucking crow. Pecking piece of shit.
This may not seem like the best time, but do you want to save?
You know, let's just see what happens.
And I'll
Do a
save
couple
state
of-
you too, just to...
Yeah, new save. There you go.
New save. I might want to go back and do
Actually, I would say,
Stonehenge again.
Cass, do the save state, like, after that, you know.
Yeah, it's
you
here.
save.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Maybe they shouldn't have put
Okay.
combat encounters on this screen.
What if... Okay. Down, right?
Has to be, I guess.
Down, correct? Down to the... Johnny. You see that?
Yeah.
There. Good thinking. Take
Yeah,
it
yeah.
slow.
You do have a decent amount of air control. I can even like back up a bit. Oh yeah, no, that's not how the camera works. It goes this way. Oh, there is an enemy here. Oh, there is an enemy there. I promise. There it is. There he is. What is going on?
Remember when they said this game was bug-free?
Yeah, I
Remember
don't know
when
about
that.
Okay, well,
You're gonna try to get a heart off of this guy?
yeah. Oh, hang on, that's a little better. Yep, round we go.
Like a merry-go-round.
Oh, memory maze.
Fuck platformers, huh? It's...
Oh, look at that, sneaky. Oh, I totally missed half that last bit. Oh.
Can't fucking believe this game.
Just wait till we get to the Sudoku sewers.
Swipe the... Alright. Well, I did what you said, book.
Watch the patterns of the platforms and step across them in that order to collect a yellow cock. You will need 4 yellow cocks.
Okay. Where are we going, though?
Down.
Down, I guess, yeah. Oh. What?
What?
Uh-huh. Wait, when it said step on the cogs in order...
Oh,
were you
I'm not allowed
given-
to... I'm not allowed to fall down there.
No, were you given an order
Okay,
to
stop.
follow?
Save.
I'm curious if this has a different name on it. So if it is saving, like, per room. Let me see.
Yes,
What's the name on
is
this?
Memory
Yep.
maze.
Okay. That's good, at
Solve
least.
my maze!
Okay, so I think these platforms are... Well, they're doing something. Oh,
No.
yeah. That's take damage for some reason.
I mean, there's a death plane down there. The sooner you accept it, the better.
But how do I know where I'm supposed to go next?
You have to memorize.
Memorize what, though? Oh,
across.
okay. you know what? The cutscene did kind of show something. Okay. Huh?
Huh?
Pick up the thing, and now go put it. Don't go back.
I know. I'm just having a look-see around, making sure. Very nice.
Okay, now remember this. Good.
Also, I saw something. Ooh. Being extra careful. There you
Don't
go.
mind those birds over there just chilling.
How am I doing? Hey, I think I just got life up recently. Alright. Yeah. Okay. I'll try and remember that. Where was it? I don't know, but I'll remember it.
Get some parts.
I feel like I started the fight there with those guys. I don't know.
Definitely not
that
the
way.
correct way. Is it back the way?
I think it is, yeah.
Just feel it out for a sec, because if it doesn't come up, then you're gonna die if you jump down there. Okay. Go. Nope. Wrong.
Yeah, try right.
No, that's not correct.
I think they showed it from a different point of view.
Yeah.
Forward,
Oh no. Yep.
left,
Okay. Left, and then up.
right.
Okay, yeah.
Now, retrace your steps back to safety and put the yellow cog...
Do we have to?
Yes.
Alright, retrace my steps.
No, it's gonna put you back here.
Yeah. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot.
I don't know why they thought this bit was just... we can't play skip. This bit's too good.
Left.
Oh, right, yeah. No, you're totally right.
Left. Please.
Yep. And boom. There we go. I'm curious if you want to try controlling this Jarky.
Oh, yes.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I reckon I can do that. Let me
finish off.
Yeah.
Let me
Turns out you have better memory than me, so...
pause the game for a second. Okay.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna swap this out on the fly, folks. We're gonna.
Yeah.
This may take a second, but we want Sharky to suffer, don't we?
Don't take care of here.
Okay, Sharky, give it a go.
Okay.
Familiarize yourself with the controls.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, so your PlayStation cross is the jump, square is the stand-in melee attack, circle is the ground pound, and then you hold R2 for your different powers. You'll know when you're doing it because the circles near the heart will get bigger. And square was the speed up.
Right, I remember them.
Okay, good.
Let's make you go back and forth on this stupid fucking thing. Frank Gothic says, when even Sharky's losing their patience, you can tell the game is bad.
Okay.
Me losing my patience, not an accurate measurement. I lose my patience at the drop of a hat.
Up. Right. Down. There. And there.
What, no tutorial pop-up saying, oh right, now retrace your steps.
I felt you feeling that, Sharky, the camera there.
Yep, it's not great. I'm trying as best I can just to not touch the camera.
Yeah.
I feel like that is the winning strategy here.
Taika Chimera says, so the main character is supposed to be a goddess, right? The gameplay doesn't feel like it reflects that in any meaningful way. That's because her being a goddess was a last-minute change they made to the script, a last-minute revision for this version, for this vision of the game.
Oh, that's some beautiful animation there.
So does that mean I just go get it?
Oh, thank
All
God.
right.
Okay.
Sure. It's like we couldn't come up with a fourth pattern, just gave it to him. I mean, we did left, right, right. We did right, left, forward. I don't know.
At the top of the tower, and then find a switch to power up the level.
Not quite done yet. Not quite over.
I did notice where that weird, like, recycling looking box was. There was platforms going down, but I don't know if that's a secret or just death.
The magic will protect you from all bullets and projectiles.
Oh, that would have been great earlier.
With other kinds of attack.
Does that mean that people are going to be shooting you as you try to do this? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a neat little effect.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting the shield icon they use. It's like a English, like, medieval looking shield. Like it's the England flag with the white with the red cross.
Slime Generator says, whenever games have this type of puzzle, it feels like it should end with that one dirty, hairy NES room where the game just laughs at you. That's called the haha room, I believe.
You do stop all movement for a moment when you activate that power.
Yeah, yeah. There's not really a activation animation when you do stuff. Oh man, it does not last long either. Huh?
What's that
What's
on the
that
right?
icon?
I'm trying to...
I believe in you.
Before.
What is that icon?
I bet they're going to explain
four of
it
them.
afterwards.
Anything over there?
Yeah, but that's just a mana recharge.
Yeah, but that shield takes up a lot of mana.
Yeah, yeah.
Camera, okay.
It's such a hefty camera.
It is. It feels like it has like it weighs like a ton.
Yeah.
Hey, can you believe this fucking game, guys? It's
The thing as well, when I was looking stuff up, doing research, Wikipedia had this at mixed.
Yeah, like 50s out of 100.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
5s out of 10s, 50s out of 100s, 2
Oh,
or
this
3 stars out of
sucks.
5.
I'm seeing what I have to do here. This sucks.
All right, Superman, solve my clock tower.
All right, where are you gonna spawn me?
Yeah. Official
Where am I?
PlayStation Magazine gave it a 6, though.
Wait, why is it turning the other way now?
It's a pendulum, right? Or no?
No.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay. Where's my end goal here?
I think it's collect all the red gears. So you see that one over there. You're gonna get the one at
Did
the
I
top of
collect
this.
I was trying to use I used the wrong button. I see what happened there. All right,
Meat
come on
Shield
back.
said that Lakitu had arm day yesterday, and he's really struggling carrying the camera for you here.
Bring it back. Oh, that's such a huge wind-up.
Kosiella says, from what I've seen, this is definitely a playable game. Debatable. I'm not sure why you'd want to, but you could, and that's got to count for something, I guess. Always look on the bright side.
Yeah.
Please.
Why is it not letting you pick that up?
Yeah,
Okay.
the hitboxes on some of the pickups seems a bit precise.
Okay, so next question. Where's the last one?
Well,
Turn camera
Yeah,
slightly to your left.
it's this greenish
There.
pipe. But you're gonna miss the heart I saw.
Oh, I'm gonna miss the heart.
Yeah.
They couldn't
Great.
have made that glide any faster.
Yeah. You have a triangle button prompt, so... Oh!
Oh.
I saw another heart, and then it blipped out of existence.
I did need all four. Okay.
Maybe this is where Sonic Frontier got the idea for their pop-in. Oh! He's got dual guns!
All the better to not shoot you with.
Okay.
Oh, this heart actually looks kind of... I don't like that sound she makes when you pick them up. It sounds really unpleasant. Sounds like it's a really bad time for her.
Well, reflects the
Yay!
player's state of
A
emotion.
head eater.
Player's state of mind.
I fear this beast holds the fourth key. Careful, my dear. I don't know what he's been eating, but he seems to belch fire.
Probably heads.
There might be spikes in that floor, too.
Yeah, just spikes as well.
Good idea.
Mhm.
Oh, you don't want to go back to that level at some point? Oh, okay.
Spikes. Give the little brat a piece navel and torso and head.
Use your club, Malice, but take care.
Surely Malice already has piercings. With all this look she's got going.
He spat his fire or spikes, then give him a jolly good whack.
Yeah, it's hard to convey, but when you activate that boost up power, it's when you press circle, that's not when the flame appears. That appears like a second afterwards.
Oh, I would love to get that. Never mind.
You can only do it after he does his attacks. Otherwise, every other hit is just wasted.
Yeah. I think
More
it's
waiting
specifically
game
after
bullshit.
he does. Yeah. All right. What I would really like to get are those hearts. There we go.
God, the power up, the damage power up is just, it functionally is
Required.
pointless. Well, no, you should just.
Yeah,
Have
you
that as
should
an
just do
upgrade.
that much damage.
It's more just you're debuffed, and let's put like the normal damage behind this input, but no reason.
Oh, now I need the heart. Yeah, like I was saying, that shouldn't be a power-up. That should just be the damage you do to the boss.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be like a punishment for getting to press R2 and circle.
Just a reminder, same developers as Star Fox on the SNES.
Yeah. Also, I think whatever damage amount you're doing when it gets to the before last hit, it intentionally doesn't decrease. It always like stops at this little tick.
Have you figured out my strategy?
Nice. But yeah, I think it's intentionally designed that you can't defeat this thing in 3 hits.
Ah, curse you, Malice. You've defeated my favorite reptile.
All right, get it out of there as quickly as possible. You didn't even get the key.
No.
Huh?
I have to go back now and go get the key because Malice forgot it.
Wait.
Whoa!
Yeah, what happened with the key?
I bet I have it. But I'm just gonna go over here and I have it.
I guess you do. I just don't remember you picking it. Or me.
I
Or
didn't.
anyone.
No.
Oh, wait, was it the 4 pieces you picked up? Did those become
No,
the key?
those just opened up that one door.
Only by its nifty good looks. Use
Oh,
the same attack.
hey, we're getting the
Swipe and quake.
the cover hammer.
It's hammer time.
Ho, hammer. Ho, ho, ho. What? You think I wasn't cool in the 80s?
I'm just glad you ain't my dad, man. You could embarrass a kid big time.
That wasn't.
I thought
those aren't the lyrics, and
yeah. I assume she was going for MC Hammer. I don't know what he was going for. Oh, here's a good question from Bobinator. Where is this game set?
No, I just found the swing the camera behind you.
Yeah,
button.
yeah. No, bear in mind that does not always work.
they should have shown her just tossing the club to the side. Like, all right, enough of this piece of shit.
Now then, my dear, to retrieve the 5th key, you must journey deep into the... Oh, that's odd. I thought that strange Juju fellow had it.
What's strange about him?
What's normal about any of this? And more to the point, why can't I
Not what I
see
asked.
the key more clearly? Something.
Yeah, there's a lot of
We must be
the
cautious.
writings. They're trying to do that rare kind of self-aware, like, oh yeah, this is all weird and ethereal and loose.
Oh, back to the Siren Tree, huh?
But, like, that's not a good aspect of this story, so you shouldn't highlight it so much.
This is dire. I don't know if that needs to be said at this point. But,
Yeah.
All right. It's all like, wouldn't it make sense for there to be like multiple of these
Yeah.
portals around here? There's just the one.
Yeah.
Said that earlier, yeah.
I assume that's what
We
the,
have to find
like
the
the big
answer
gear
by
ends on the end of
ourselves.
the rotating thing were for. Oh, we
Say
have a
something
new.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the jumping is weirdly forgiving in a lot of places.
Yeah. I'll give it that. There's enough correctional control. As much as there's been some platforming stuff I struggled with. That's not necessarily the jumping's fault. That's more like the geometry and dealing with enemies. Some of the voice acting is really good. Malice is definitely
not
like they're trying to go for that like yeah whatever kind of thing. It's just not coming through right. But everyone else is pretty good.
Third time's the charm with this level.
I'd wait until you were at a safe distance.
Oh no, I did say something with my something nice headful. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember that I came up with something.
Also, now he explains the 5 red cogs, despite the fact I had to do that in the previous level.
Also, why did the camera
The
get
4
so
red
close?
cogs. I do not know. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have control over that? Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Oh, okay. If for some reason it never stayed that close when I would zoom in.
Do you notice, by the way, that the next level is a sewer level?
Well, it's a video game. You gotta have a sewer level.
Oh, wait. That's right.
Let's wait until they have some witty comment about, that's right, it's a sewer level in a video game. Whoa. Who makes these kind of levels in a... Oh,
I
wait,
don't
us?
think that...
Huh?
I don't think
noticed-
they've ever, like, broken the fourth wall to the point of
that extent.
saying this is a video game.
No, they've not said it's a video game, but there's definitely a few of them. I do like this area is changing a little bit. Like, that's a nice idea. You know, like all those little military encampment things are showing up now.
All right, so I need
One more red
two
gear.
more? One
Yeah,
more.
it's just, you know, if this was the hub and this was the place that kept changing, that would probably have worked better. You know, I did not realize there was a first-person view.
Yeah, clicking the right thumbstick.
Ah, you know, I never tried that. Also, why are these hearts so much easier to find now? They've just become out in the open.
They ran out of
bet the
hiding
last-
places.
I bet the last one's just behind the tree. And I got the camera, like, way too close up.
Does she still have the, like, 2-hit swing with this hammer? Does it have any different moves?
No, it's the same. I mean, he did say it's the same swings and stuff when he gave it to me.
Maybe it hits more behind you because she swings it further behind.
I think you're looking too far into this.
Oh, okay. So enemies can have hearts. They could have told us that game.
That's your motivation to not skip killing any enemy in this game.
Do the thing. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I don't know why the game needs to think for a bit when you want to do power-ups.
Wasn't there another one? There he is. Okay. I wish I could... I mean, I can go into first-person mode, but I wish the camera wasn't this high up so I could maybe see what I'm looking for.
Yeah, like if you zoom out too far, and I imagine that's probably a performance thing, because the further the camera's pulled out would be rendering more of the game world, so to kind of limit that, they have to point it downwards.
I wonder if it's in the beehive.
Give it a shot before I kill this guy.
Oh, heart piece.
Oh, you're right.
What if that faded away too? Just like the...
Yeah.
I was thinking it. Oh, here's a great question from ETPC. Is this better than Catwoman at least?
We'll find out one day.
Yeah, it's been too long since I played Catwoman.
I've seen it played. I've not played it myself.
We played like a minute of it, and
Yeah.
it was broken in the emulator. We were using the wrong emulator settings for it, so it looked busted. And beyond that, I haven't played it, so we will find out in time.
Oh, the worst feeling is just not knowing where that one thing is.
Yeah. In comparison to this, the one thing I could say about it is it didn't look as, you know, this comes off very dated, like PS1 style. That Catwoman game at least feels like it was made in like 2003, 2004. But that's not saying much.
That
really.
ain't exactly high praise.
Yeah.
This game feels like that game feels like it was made in 2003, 2004. Derogatory. Where the fuck is this last one?
Wait, left?
Left?
Is it underneath that? I thought I saw something underneath that on your right. Nope, sorry. I thought I saw it. I really did thought I saw something red spinning.
Let me try to jump up here.
Oh.
There.
Collect 4 red cogs. Put them into the lock to open the exit.
What's this?
What if it's in the tree?
Not making noise.
I don't think. I mean, I'll check, but I'd be surprised if they let me back in the tree. What if it's on this guy, the last enemy? Okay.
I mean,
Not
we've
the last
also
enemy at this point.
we've had enough like random pop-in stuff that I'm afraid of. Just if you're standing in the wrong place, it won't be rendered.
Plywood says, I feel like the pacing in this game is too sluggish. You think?
Well, for the first couple of levels, it was just you were going from place to place, but now that they're trying to extend parts out...
Sharky, stop trying to Skyrim your way up this. Okay, never mind.
Oh! No!
All right, speedrunners, take note.
No, can't go in there.
I figured at the very least they would put it in his mouth or something, but...
I was impressed you got up there, though. That was really cool.
See, that's why I like double jumps. And I guess that's speed movement. It's like, if there's enough stuff here to fuck around with, I will find a way to fuck up the game.
Yeah.
Alright. But where the fuck is...
Huh? I think that first hit didn't actually...
Wait, that was it! Wait, oh, that was a heart
That's the
piece.
heart. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on getting all 5 heart pieces.
No, there's one left.
No, you got 5 for 5.
Oh, that was 5 for 5? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, what I really want is 4 for 4.
On the cogs, yes.
Yeah.
We all do.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Not
What a
in there.
malicious, shitty little game. What a...
Focus in, seeing if it comes out the corner of my eye.
What if it's in the pause menu? No. Like some weird meta shit, right?
Oh yeah, like a PT. Yeah, maybe all I can think of is there's somewhere high you can get to from the tree. Ah! I saw it, did you see it?
Yeah.
Was it nestled in like some little corner up there, some little nook or cranny? Yeah.
Very, very nook, very cranny.
There it is.
Oh god, that could have took ages to find.
Where is that thing again? There it is. Alright. Fall damage? Yes. Confirmed.
Oh, thanks. Just, they give you no corner in this game. They don't do anything aside from the book just spelling out the objectives.
All right, sewer time, baby.
Pipe and drums.
Man, they wanted to be Banjo-Kazooie so fucking bad.
The ancient rat-infested sewers of pipe and drums. Watch out for rats and roaches, and do try not to step in anything.
Ancient sewers, though.
Guess what? You have 4 red cogs to collect this, and 5 yellow cogs, and 5 heart pieces.
Yeah, this is becoming a proper collectathon now.
And 10 minutes.
I say give it a shot.
Okay.
Nice, nice. I know there's one down the left of where you are as well. Like more left than that.
Let me figure out where is safe to jump down to. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you might want to go for that one later, but basically, yeah, you see it now?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I could probably. Come on. Okay,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
we go. Camera will not move now.
Yeah, they've
Right here.
they like to steal camera control away from you.
Nope. This is okay. Oh, goodbye.
This is a present from me to you.
Soul Stuff resubscribes. 12 months of subscription. That's a year of subscription. Thank you for subscribing. New year, new hammer.
To activate the switch to lower the bridge across the Gloop Basin.
Oh, look at these little guys.
And now you gotta squash them.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
I've been wanting to try this. Yeah, it looks like the range on that is a little bit better.
Yeah. Just the wind-up's really long.
Yeah.
So it can be dangerous.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too. Can you break the floor there? The answer is no.
It's a minor thing, but I'm noticing there's like a seashell pattern on the floor for some reason. It's supposed to be a sewer, but it looks like you're in like a bathroom.
Break all those boxes.
Yeah, I need the mana.
And that cog.
Oh god, okay. Well, every box now.
Yeah, they called this a sewer, but I think this is supposed to be like
A toilet.
someone's, yeah, in a like a bathroom stall.
Like, this is a tub.
Yeah. Okay, you could definitely see the like chop, well, not chopped and screwed,
why?
but the chopped up state of just. Oh, there was some idea here for something, but not contributing to the rest of the game.
That just takes you back to the start. I think you need to go down into the left.
Oh, but if you look to the right and up. Also, I just saw a heart. Yeah, you see those little things on the wall? See the sign that's up there?
Yeah, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna start from over... Next, please. I'm gonna start from over here.
Yeah.
And down here and see what I...
So I did see a heart around the area you just jumped down to, but I don't remember where it was.
Why does it keep cutting to that?
I think they're teleporting here. You hear there's like
Yeah.
a electronic sound. They just don't animate it.
That's me spawning in more enemies by killing that one enemy.
God. They didn't... Well, can you check the book quick with R1? I'm just curious if it mentions... Okay, now.
5 gold cogs.
No
And
mention
then-
of the red cogs, which you're
Oh,
also
no, you go
collecting.
down. Yeah. The fact that stuff can show up in boxes now, they have not conveyed. It's lucky we started checking them.
Okay, can't do that. Okay, so I don't think there was anything over there. I will destroy that box. Actually, no, I can't destroy that box.
Taiga Chimera says, you know, a game called Malice feels fitting for the first stream of the year for Bad Game Hall of Fame. Hey, we live to suffer.
Ah! Aha!
Notice that
Right
wall
there.
texture that is so seamless. The way they, the pattern here is. Oh, is that a switch you can hit behind you?
Well, let me check out this.
What should be a switch, but they forgot to put the. Wait.
I did see a button prompt.
You know what I think that's a button prompt for is for
Yeah.
that, which I need the red things for.
Oh, that
But-
will make that
so,
will make
yeah.
the lever, yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait, stop. Left. That.
Nope, this is, I need the 5 gold.
Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
for the
Earlier.
yeah, that's for the gold ones, yeah.
Well, now I gotta check every little nook and cranny here because they could be hiding behind walls and shit. Alright, so. Up here.
Gotta find your way up.
And now you're close to those, I'm realizing how far apart those things on the wall are. Can you even jump between? Well, maybe. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're close. Yeah, I can see it.
All right, how many does that make? Okay, that's the red.
I would look around up there just to see, like, scope out the scenery, see where the next...
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think next is I have to go across through that
The
tub into
toilet,
the other room.
yeah.
The toilet tub, yeah.
I misjudged the hell out of that. Okay. Now, do these sink all the way in, do you think?
Probably.
I guess they're just barrels of toxic... Okay, yeah, they're supposed to be barrels of toxic waste, I guess.
What?
Oh, game hitched. I saw it. We all saw it. Okay, 5.
Our patrons voted for this.
Clearly they knew something we didn't.
I was really surprised that this one won.
Are you still surprised?
Yeah, because like you said, a lot of people were like, I've never heard of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it's a minor thing, but when you do this crank, I don't think it pivots on the bottom. I think it pivots like in the middle of the model.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the little fins.
Soul Stuff says, don't blame me, I voted for Twin Sanity.
What is that blue room up ahead?
You'll find out, won't you?
Oh.
After
I wonder
eating
if
that
you'll...
delectable toilet fruit.
Huh, I guess you're still going to get powers then.
Upgrade your existing powers, perhaps?
Yeah, yeah.
Camera. Okay.
Notice like a lot of the sounds just disappear. Oh, no, they're back.
Floating a couple feet above the air, who cares? Oh, wait, right, that's right, the animation.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Corrected it.
And that gives me...
Health magic. This will restore your hearts to the maximum you can hold. Press R2 and press the X button twice.
That's...
You'll need
bad
5
way
to open the
do it.
Just pop them in the coin meter when you've got them.
Coins.
It's going to be on this side now that you have the bridge.
Okay. So...
Oh, yep, there they are.
Just
Right,
add more
another
collectibles.
form of currency to collect.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're rat coins, though.
Gotta get that heart. Here it comes!
Yeah. Oh, dear.
I knew it.
Yeah. If that didn't happen, I had a feeling the glide just wasn't going to reach anyway.
Either way, I figured something funny was gonna happen. Yep, that's their teleporting in.
Would you believe me if I told you this game was cobbled together at the last second from from disparate parts they slapped together in slapdash fashion to try and fashion some sort of video game that they could ship and sell?
Didn't even need to.
I do love that the geometry is so janky. It just lets you get away with those jumping ho. It's like you clearly did not make that jump, but just the game gives it to you.
Hey,
So
look, we know we fucked
nice.
up.
That's something nice. That, like, the jumping is weirdly forgiving. Like, for as bad as, like, the controls, obviously, you can tell just by looking at it. Like, jumping seems to, like, take mercy on you.
Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be another collectible they add after I finish this off in this room?
Maybe
now
not
collect
this
5
level,
actual
but...
keys. These will open the door. Oh, Mersion do for the good point. That's why there's such a delay when casting spells. The game has to wait to see if you press the button a second time.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
yeah, great point.
Obscene.
I mean, I feel couldn't they have just used L2? I feel like L2 or L1, one of those is not even used for anything.
Yeah, I don't think L1 is anything, so...
Yeah, so they could have just swapped
put camera to that.
And then, yeah, you could have had these alt powers on L2.
Oh.
Yeah, don't forget about those collectibles too.
Alright. Inverted. That's always going to trip me up.
The funny thing is, we're playing on emulator. We could have fixed that.
We could have, but Cass is not going to let us.
Nope.
No, I knew. You got to represent.
No siree.
Really like.
Okay, so where do I put
coin box on the left?
Yeah, I did see it. It's on the ground floor.
Ground floor? This way?
Yep, you see that?
Yep.
That box right there.
Now here's my question. Can we get the last red from here, or we're going to have to put it in there to get it?
Probably have to put it in there to get it.
Yes,
oh my god, show each of the coins one by one, baby!
4. Now collect 20 coins for the next room.
You have to pay the rat tax.
I like that little bit of extra gameplay you did in between the two cutscenes.
I imagine that, like, Cass, like, when you imagine platformers, like, this is the only thing that you think of.
This is the platonic ideal in my mind.
Like, this is your idea of what all platformers are like.
More or less.
This, Ratchet and Clank 2, it's about the same.
Now I can go back.
Soul Stuff in chat says, one coin in the machine. Ha 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 ha. Two coins in the machine. Ha 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 ha. 3.
There's just a lot with these animations. It really feels like a lot of animators worked, but then they didn't have a designer to rein in. You know, like someone made the animations, but wasn't accounting for how they actually work in gameplay.
I mean, they said as much in the interview. That said there was no coordination between the designers and the programmers or anyone else for that matter. Imagine if that was just for a bonus collectible. Imagine if that heart piece I know there's a load zone at the end there, but imagine if.
Hey, let me save here. Oh, no. Cutscene.
Yeah.
Oh, pre-rendered?
No, they just put a nice Vaseline filter over it.
Save. I would also suggest just dropping a after I save.
Yeah, for sure.
Dropping a thingy.
A real proper sewer level now. At least it's an abstracted sewer level. It's not literally just tunnels and like 4-way turns.
Think that'll do it for tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about as much as I can take of that.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Video Game King says, imagine if the loading zone triggered before you collect that last heart piece. I thought that was going to happen. I really thought that was going to happen.
Would not have put it past this game, no.
Folks.
Y'all picked a bad one.
Yeah.
Good job.
That was the first episode of our playthrough of Malice. First of hopefully just 2. We'll see if we can get her done next time, or if they just drag it out for another interminably long length of time. Boy howdy. Yeah, we our audience picked a winner. And we're suffering for it. But hey, that's the name of the show. That's the Bad Game Hall of Fame. That's they can't all be, you know, this is an important one. I'm trying to find a way to not just outright condemn our fans for subjecting us to this. I'm trying to be diplomatic about it, but
well, you know, sometimes a bad game can be fun in spite of itself, and sometimes a bad game can be fun because of, you know, like, it's not the gameplay. It's more just the train wreck of it is the enjoyment. And this is the latter of that, I think.
Yeah, this is definitely Schadenfreude in full effect, that the suffering is the amusement, we hope, for the audience at home. Slime Generator saying, I respect the patrons for always picking the most depressing games. Somehow it's true. I can't wait for the next Patreon poll. Speaking of Patreon polls, folks, if you like what you saw here tonight, consider, why don't you, financially supporting the show, pledging on Patreon, subscribing here on Twitch, or becoming a member on YouTube. Doing any of the above will grant you access on our Discord server to the Patreon Saints channel, wherein you can vote in polls, make suggestions, help steer the direction of the show. If you can't financially support us, that's completely understandable. Server is still joinable to the public at large, I should mention. And if you're looking for a way to support us beyond the monetary, consider, why don't you, sharing our suggested viewing playlist on YouTube. It is a handpicked selection of 20 videos that we think make for good onboarding onto the show. Alternatively, listen to our podcast that we're putting out. We're going to record again this Sunday. Podcast.badgamehalloffame.com, and maybe consider sharing that around. That's a new thing we are trying to remember to promote. We're going to line up some guests for that pretty soon, put out some backer exclusive episodes in due time, working on ways to incentivize financial support, but just listening, showing up for these shows, you know, we deeply appreciate it. Going into this new year, keeping the momentum going. The Bad Game Hall of Fame keeps on rolling. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this first stream of the new year. We hope you'll continue to show up for the remainder of the streams of this year, however many that comes out to. I don't know how to do math. Thank you. We were certainly getting it started off with a bang.
Oh
Now,
boy, yeah, a ban.
Let's see who is streaming at this current hour. We can pass it on to... I see Lord BBH streaming Infant School, which I know to look at. I think that is... What's the name of it? Asuka 120%? Not Asuka 120%. Momoko 120%. What's the Urusei Yatsura game? Or it's on Famicom, it's Urusei Yatsura. In arcades, it's like something else. They're playing that game. If anyone knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so
no, sorry.
We'll send folk that away. There is a flashing lights warning on the stream, so I will mention that up front. But I was just playing that game the other day. That's why I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, that's a fun one. That's a bad game. I can tell you that much for free. So please, to let me know we sent you, etc., etc. That'll do it for us tonight. That'll do it for the Bad Game Hall of Fame. We'll be back on Saturday with the continuation of the Game Boy Advance in 3D. So please look forward to that. Tuesday, we'll come up with something. We always do. And then Thursday, we'll see the continuation and hopefully, with any luck at all, conclusion to this particular game. And we'll have a new poll up shortly thereafter, with any luck. I have been... I gotta come up with a clever one for this. Clockwork Cassidy. I don't know.
I've been Dog Charky.
And I've been your tribal tramp stamp, Johnny Baghead.
Very good. Thank you all again, folks. And for now, bye!
Night, everybody.
Yeah. See ya.